And we are live, ladies and gentlemen.
What it do?
We are on the lifeboat of the Titanic right now.
On the raft.
We're laying on the big door. Blaze is laying in the water.
I'm not
bobbing.
Door. I'm on that door. That door is big enough for two people. Okay.
Now we are currently suspended on our main channel, so that's why we're doing this on the backup, as some of you may know. Well, before we start talking about it, looks like Blaze is frozen there. Let me pull down Blaze. Now I'm all alone. I feel naked and afraid. I have nobody, no support. Well, since I have no support, let me bring in the man that some say is actually responsible for us being suspended. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you General Chow.
What's up?
How are you, sir?
I'm good. And Crishaun, I am responsible for why
you are. You're taking full responsibility. 100%.
I told people to take vitamin C.
You did. I think you should repent for your sins against the great Dr. Fauci.
I've already repented to Allah. Oh, Dr. Fauci. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, so I think
polytheist. I got many. I got Obama.
No.
I gotta repent to him too.
I'll be honest. I think they went after you, and justifiably so. I think they suspended you because of like when you told people that they should be drinking orange juice.
I didn't tell people that.
I think, and you said that chicken noodle soup is really good when you're sick. You shouldn't be talking about that stuff.
Chicken. You shouldn't tell people that chicken noodle soup is good for viruses.
No. What do you do? I should have stopped you. Actually, it's my responsibility as the host to come in and stop you.
I'm playing on your court.
So it's oh wow, that's the lawyer in you because you switched it on me now. Blaze, welcome back.
Firefox, don't use Firefox. It's trash.
I could have told you that. Should have asked me before we started.
Blaze is coming to us from his camp tent.
Yeah. Oh shit!
I'm outside of GameStop waiting for the new Xbox.
Blaze is reporting live from the foxhole.
The homeless guy is helping him out.
Oh shit!
Keeping him warm for the release.
Blaze is in the trenches.
I'm not stopping making fun of this until he cries.
You're gonna have to do it all night, bro. I'm a man.
We'll see.
You know?
Yeah, so anyway, let's get back to the suspension. So we got suspended for medical misinformation. I don't know what to make of that.
Well, David, like you're a lawyer. Tell us what that means.
Medical misinformation?
Mm-hmm. Go. 20 minutes, go.
These days I have no idea what misinformation is. I have no clue.
Well, I gotta assume that misinformation is information that someone deems not correct.
I think that'd be disinformation.
Oh,
so what's the difference?
I know what misinformation. I think this is the legal term for misinformation. It's disagreeing with Democrats.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
I think it's one of those blanketed terms they use. Just throw it over to deem it a danger to the public. Now it's misinformation is now a buzzword. Like household buzzword.
You're right.
Yeah, but the thing is, some of the things we said on that podcast is now like information. Right?
Yeah.
It's like things have changed. The last week, things have changed, and like Europe just went out of Europe is stopping with restrictions at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they said they don't care anymore.
Yeah, they got the data now, and it's like they made this whole restriction and shutdown stuff. This was all a huge mistake, but they're never going to admit it.
Well, why would they? They got what they wanted, right?
Well,
they got some of what they wanted, but now they're going to look like they're going to look like morons.
Well, even on a smaller scale, at what point do they catch up with the information? Where like, because if we're talking about information that legitimately like where it was deemed misinformation that was harmful to the public, where them blocking the quote unquote misinformation was actually harmful to the public. You get what I'm saying? That's where it's like, I don't think they can admit it on the media side.
How long did it take for nursing homes? A year before they started reporting on it? The nursing home scandal that killed people?
With Cuomo, yeah.
Cuomo's literally sending people to die. And
right.
like August, they fought. The DOJ finally sent, a request for, the death statistics in New York, and Cuomo just flat out lied about it. He sent in false, or what's it called? Like false documents for a DOJ request. That's illegal.
Right.
And you're never gonna hear that Cuomo was, ejected from office because of that. You'll hear because of sexual assault case.
Yeah, that was thrown out.
Right, which they were holding on to for like 3 years, and they're not even doing an investigation on the sexual assault or the nursing home scandal. They're just quietly just letting it die.
Right, right.
But the problem is there are 5 other governors that did the same thing, and they're all
Whitmer.
risks.
Whitmer's getting the
Murphy.
I think California, right?
California, Newsom, Connecticut. Who cares who's governor there?
I don't even look at California as a state anymore. They're literally train robbing like it's 1850.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
they're robbing stagecoaches out there.
It's crazy.
The governor was like, "Yeah, it's a third world country out here now." Yeah, that's
what
he's been saying for like 3 years.
David, when I went there, that was the first thing I said. I said, "This is a third world fucking country."
You went there?
10 cities. Yeah.
Oh. Did you come back with anything?
No, tetanus.
Like a disease?
Nothing he wants to talk about.
Bad repressed memories about it.
I came back and I was homeless all of a sudden.
I had to itch to live outside.
Who knew it was contagious?
Or as they say in California, out in the element.
In the element.
Living in the element.
That's terrible. I'm just living my life, man. I'm being free, bro.
It's such a white douchebag word. Just like living in the element.
Yeah. The homeless people have signs that literally say, "I want to buy cocaine. Please give me money." There's no hustle in their panhandling.
Yeah, none.
I saw a sign, "Axe murderer, need new axe." So yeah. I gave that guy money.
Oh, you really saw that?
Because it was fun. It was hilarious when I saw it. Like, "Axe murderer, need new axe." Come on, it's great.
You thought it was funny, but you contributed to the deaths of more people.
I didn't, because it's not serious. Oh, literal J Blaze.
To who?
He's not serious. He's not going to go and
get right. It's like the people that have a sign that says "Will work for food." It's like, then why don't you get a job?
It's like you don't buy an axe over crack. No way.
Right, most of them are buying crack. Trust me.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
gonna always go back to the story of the homeless dude who was on the news talking about, and I just hit him over the head. That guy was an axe murderer, and you contributed to his time.
I aided him.
No, he helped. He saved. That guy that he killed was a murderer.
Right, and then after that, he went on to murder like 3 other people.
I don't think so.
Murdering.
You're talking about Kai.
Yeah, look it up.
I don't think he really murdered people. I think that was a rumor.
Murder. No,
really?
It was a rumor. He's in jail right now.
Oh shit!
Look it up.
So that murder was actually just a murder. It wasn't. It probably wasn't.
No. That murder was justified. He did do the right thing, and then he just went on to do. I guess he had a taste for it, and nobody else was murdering, so he had to improvise.
Or again, like the guy that shot the guys at the ATM, he might have just been a psychopath that lucked up on a justy.
Yeah, got a nice little chubber off of it, and was like, I gotta feel that again.
Yeah. Or no, he's actually a killer on the regular, and he was like, "Oh, it justified? Oh shit!
Don't get me started." But
he got his rocks off.
Back to this BS suspension.
Well, what I just didn't even have the energy to get mad at it this time. It's just, I think, and we talked about this off air, me and Blaze, is I think we just have to be we have to move smarter in terms of how we cover specifically COVID.
The thing is, if we said that like 100,000 kids were in hospitals, which is not true because of like COVID, we wouldn't have gotten suspended.
We could run for Supreme Court.
Yeah, we could be Supreme Court justices.
We could be Supreme Court justices, yeah.
And be deciding these policies ignorantly.
100,000 kids in the hospital. That's crazy.
The lady said 100,000 kids.
She just made that up.
Oh no, or we're being hospitalized for COVID-19. She totally made it up.
What wasn't the information that kids were the strongest against it?
Yeah.
Well, we're all familiar with the the death rates, right?
Yeah.
Ask just a regular, like, a random person. Well, ask a random person what they think the death rates are and what they think the death rates have always been. Like, just pick their brain and just say, what do you think it was? Mm-hmm. And a lot of people think it's fucking way, it's like in the goddamn like 20s or something like that. Like they think it's up there in the 20 percentile.
Like 50% of Democrats 50%. Think it's like over 50%.
A lot, yeah, like a crazy amount.
Now, it would be terrifying if 50% of Americans were dropping dead from this thing. But I mean, as callous as it sounds, 200,000 out of 314 million. It's like AIDS.
Who even knows at this point? It's just the numbers keep going down because they keep realizing it's comorbidities. Oh, these people are like terminally ill.
Well, that's the thing. I saw an article in our state that said the headline was 69,000 people tested positive for COVID-19, and very small at the end, 4 deaths. If you ask me, that's an improvement from where we were last year.
Well, that's why if you notice, they're giving like they give specific numbers to make it sound worse. Like we hit 1 million deaths, and it's like, well, what's the percentage of that in terms of the population, and
and how many of those people were battling cancer? How many of those people were overweight? How many of those people? There's factors.
A lot.
How many of them were misdiagnosed? Where like I read a few articles where it said that the COVID test can't tell the difference between the COVID and the regular flu a lot of the times. So how many people have just the flu? And yeah, if you could look that up, David.
How many people?
Just seen a few articles.
How many people are not getting tested?
What's the point of getting tested?
But that's the thing.
What
do you do with that information? It's not like they're going to give you. It's not like they can give you like a treatment or a medication to help you.
The only reason you're getting tested,
ivermectin or antibodies.
The only reason you're getting tested,
they're not gonna
get 2 weeks vacation from work. That's the only reason.
That's all.
It's not even 2 weeks anymore. It's 5 days.
Yeah, it's just financials and school.
Yeah. Remember, so we're just talking about like 50% of Democrats thought the death rate was like 50%. Let me give you some other statistics for Democrats.
Yeah,
55% support fines against the unvaxxed. 59% support house arrest. 48% support prison for questioning vax efficacy on social media.
Holy
45%
shit.
Support internment camps. Concentration camps.
How many?
45% of Democrats.
Wow, almost
47% support surveillance. 29% support the state taking away their kids. Now, you know the question they should have asked?
What?
Should the government shoot you in the head if you are unvaccinated? That's the one they should have asked.
Yeah, you're right.
Because there would have been
death sentences.
Yeah.
When the fuck did the rebellious left liberals become such establishment government shills? Is it just because the government is in favor of what they think?
Well, I mean, they were primed for it. They thought the other side, the Republicans were, that was because of Bush. Because, Bush people were shills.
Yeah.
Basically. And it took being wrong about Iraq to suddenly wake up the Republican Party. And then Trump comes in and says what a lot of Republicans are thinking, that, yeah, Bush did lie about, WMDs. The whole party did. And we need to change this thing. We need to do a course correction and look at ourselves, critique ourselves, and become better. The Democrat Party is not doing that at all. They think they're perfect. They think everything they believe is perfect. They think whatever their media tells them is correct 100%.
They have zero humility.
None.
Yeah.
Zero humility right now. Zero humbleness. They get things wrong, and it's like, they just brush it off. The whole thing about nursing homes, how many people didn't have to die? If the media had just told them the truth about nursing homes and had just been on it as soon as Republicans were on it,
right?
How many people would have been saved? Tens of thousands at least, 100,000 maybe.
And why did it take them 2 years to catch up in the news?
Because their boy Cuomo, they're trying to prop up Cuomo as the president at the time. The guy's writing a book. You only write a book if you're going to be president, right? And you get Hillary Clinton, Obama. You always see them right before they become president. They write a book. He's writing his president book, and on the other side of it, they see this guy in Florida, DeSantis, and he's getting popular. So they go after him for killing, saying that he's killing people and he's lying about statistics when it's their own governors. It's their own side that's doing it. No investigation. No, not even intrigue. They didn't care about it. It took people dying, people important people whose parents were dying. That's what it took to get the information out there.
I mean, they say that's usually what it takes, is once it starts hitting important people, then somewhat of the truth comes out. So
right. If it's affecting you, they care,
And you can't have DeSantis. He's ours.
Do you think it's partially also because they pushed the rhetoric so much that the Republicans' policy was causing so many deaths and it was the end of mankind? That
all Trump voters super spreaders.
Yeah, but do you think it's because they pushed that rhetoric so much that they're afraid of the rhetoric coming back on them if they admit that they were wrong on their policy?
Well, I don't think they can admit it. It's like we always say, you gotta die with a lie. If you admit that you were wrong about anything that you said back in 2020, then everything that you're doing now is going to be called into question, and they can't have that.
But if I'm like, hey, Blaze, look, we have to make a life or death decision, me and you, right, for a group of people, and I go, let's do this, and it ends up being a horrible decision. There's a part of you that can go like, listen, you made a decision. It was the wrong decision. You didn't mean to. You know what I mean? But if I were to go like, hey, Blaze, let's not go with your decision because it's going to cause a lot of deaths and you're going to be, you're evil if you do that. And then my decision ends up killing people. Now you can go and call me evil because I started that rhetoric. You get what I mean?
So bad they can never admit it. It's like the Nazis trying to hide the concentration camps afterwards. It's like they can't, and trying to kill it. They're not going to admit it. They're not going to let you see it because it was that bad of a decision. It was so bad. It went to so many deaths, and they could never admit it because it would prove that they were lying about which policies were best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to know what's the end game? Like, what was it for? Was
Complete
it for
control,
power?
destruction of the American fabric.
But why would people living here want to do that?
It's not people because they're brainwashed to think that communism is going to save all of us. You get what I'm saying? They see it as a that's why it's sold as a for the working man and this and that. It's all when really at the end it just empowers the few wealthy people and the politicians. What were you going to say, David?
I agree with Jay with its power. It's they wanted more power, and by scaring people, think about how we got into Iraq. You scare people, they got terrorists there, they got WMDs there, they got crabs, they got all this stuff that is going to affect us, and Americans are going to die if we don't do something about it. Same thing here. Americans are going to die if we don't stop Trump, if we don't stop DeSantis.
I'm sorry, Chris, but even even back then, because I was young, but I remember I didn't need much. I was gonna sign up on the army after 9/11, and I was only 11. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't need much. I didn't lies about WMDs to go over there. You know what I'm saying? Just the fact that our country was attacked and I witnessed people die, I witnessed people jump out of that tower. That was enough for me to want to go sign up as a young person. So I can only imagine
for Afghanistan.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
they didn't need much to do. That's why I'm trying to figure out like what's
Afghanistan. They didn't need anything. We all supported Afghanistan.
It was
Iraq. They didn't have the support for Iraq, and they had to build it.
I put them all together. Glassfield, the whole thing.
Really?
Well, if you, but if you think about the entire thing, really, a lot of it was the idea when 9/11 happened was the idea that this was going to be a normal thing now, that we were going to see planes flying into shit all the time, and it was going to be like take over from whatever country was hitting us. That was the fear, and that's why we all were in that mentality of like fight or flight. You know what I mean? Because we all valued what this country was at that time. So we saw it more. Yeah, we saw it more as an attack on our freedom than it was anything else. And I think once that subsided and we realized like this was like a little more intricate than just people trying to take over the country, we were a little like more questionable about it.
I mean, didn't the United States fund Al Qaeda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were allies with them.
That attacks us at one point.
I mean, several years ago, we saw the same thing in Syria where they tried to fund the moderate Muslims over there, the moderate Muslims, and they were John McCain went over there. They were trying to give them arms and weapons, just to fight a war over there. And it caused the Islamic State.
Yeah, see, I think the problem is we were doing the empire thing wrong. We were going over there and taking over the government and then putting people that we thought would be all right to run the government in that government. Instead, we should have been going over there and actually putting ourselves in charge of that government and going from there. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, there's a problem with that.
I mean, I know, but it's the lesser of two evils. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand there's issues with going around and taking over countries. That's going to cause problems with the Geneva Convention and whatnot. But I mean, it's better than putting Soleimani in charge, and now we got to take him out 10 years later. You know what I'm saying?
Well, David, what were you about to say? That what would be the problem that you see?
Well, you can't just because then it's real invasion. It's a real like conquering of a place. You eventually have to bring in someone who can. Soleimani, do you mean Saddam Hussein?
They're all the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to give people the resources, and you have to build things for them like hospitals and schools, things like that. Some places like Afghanistan, maybe that doesn't work, but a place like Iraq, that's certainly, it would work there for sure.
I'll tell you what.
What's the problem? What's the problem, Crishaun?
I'll tell you what the problem is that nobody wants to admit.
Tell me. I love to learn.
It's Islam. It's a fucking primitive goddamn.
That's probably the worst tactic.
You gotta stop doing that, Crishaun. People should be allowed to practice whatever religion they want.
And I should be allowed to say it's a stupid religion.
Listen, right, but one could say Christianity is equally as barbaric, just not now.
And they do all the goddamn time, and I fucking sit back and let them do it.
Islam used to not be as barbaric. Like there was a time where they were like where the Jews went to the Islamic countries, like when they were more modernized than the European countries, and then the whole it like reversed. Yeah,
that's like it was like that Western kind of version of like Muslims in America.
Mm-hmm.
They're usually pretty, peaceful people. They do their jobs, whatever. Like, I'm just saying, like, but that's because America keeps them from being real Muslims.
I was talking about history. I'm talking about like the Ottoman Empire and everything. They like.
You gotta keep Islam in check, no matter what empire it is. That's what I'm saying.
But sorry, you had to keep like Christianity in check at that time because they were just going around burning women for saying that their husbands had an affair, like.
And Christianity became more progressive once they were checked. Everybody's afraid to check Muslims. That's the problem.
But you don't think Islam has become a little bit more progressive? Because it's really only the few that are still chopping people heads off.
The problem,
maybe.
I think
it's kind of like an act until they get the power. Once they get the power, it's like China and Russia. They're just like they're acting right now until they have enough power to check America again, put America in its place.
It's like those really devout Catholics, where they actually like wait for the Pope to say what to do next in a situation of crisis. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like
they think they have like the population. The odds are like the numbers are on their side. They're all young. They're gonna like swallow up the West with their population growth, and then just start sending people over into Europe or wherever, and they'll have the numbers to overturn everything. Like it just seems like an act at this point. Like China, they have the numbers like to grow. And whatever, I think they see it that way.
Well, you got to look at like in Islam too, right? A big issue that's not talked about is inbreeding.
Afghanistan has some of the most inbreeding.
Yeah,
like
a lot of those countries do, because it's I think in Islam, I think it's your first cousin. You're allowed to breed with your first cousin.
Is that a keeping the bloodline clean or something like that, or is it just part of their Sharia law?
I think it was the Prophet Muhammad was fucking his cousin and wanted to make it okay. So he just said that Allah said that's cool.
Sir, places have been attacked for less. You watch your mouth.
What you gotta understand is that inbreeding causes a lot of
mental problems.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I just drew a blank for a second.
You're fine. Deficiencies
and
thought processes and all that. Yeah.
I'm gonna. Can I show you a map? I'll share it with you.
Yeah, please.
Sure.
Here.
Please do.
Look at this.
50%
or more, 45% or more. Saudi Arabia, Pakistan. Look at Afghanistan. 45 to 50% of their population.
Most Muslim countries.
That. What is that word? How do you pronounce that?
Consanguinity. Consanguine. It means blood relations.
And that means blood relations.
Wow. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So that's inbreeding.
Inbreeding.
All across the world. And it's mostly Muslim countries, right?
Right. How are you not going to be a radical Islamist if your country is inbreeding this much? And like a place like Afghanistan, it's backwoods. It's like you don't like there are tribes that don't get to go to Kabul or go to city centers. They don't see anybody else but their brothers and their cousins, and after a while when you see no other guys or girls, your sister starts to look good. Yeah,
it's like that's why they were inbreeding on farms.
It's like prisons, they don't have any women there, so after a while, men start looking good at you.
Oh, one could say the same thing about Alabama.
Trust me, in 6 months, he gonna look like Beyonce. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Practice in Alabama.
I think that is a total myth. That's a total bullshit myth. Like when you look at this map, like here,
Alabama. Inbreeding in Alabama, you think that's a myth?
Well. No. You would have to break it down by state, because this is broken down just by country.
Let's look at states and breeding by state.
Yeah.
Here.
I'm sure if we're talking about which state is most inbred, I would probably go California, just because I hate them.
I'm putting my money on
Utah.
Alabama.
I'm going
either
Utah.
Alabama or North Dakota, because nobody goes to North Dakota.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I'm going
Montana. This is from 2007. 1.67 per 100,000. It looks like proportion. 1.67% of their state. Alabama 1.31%.
Wow, that's shockingly low.
Mississippi 0.85.
No, there's too much. There's too much poo-tang in Mississippi for it to be.
There is. California
California 0.8. Oregon 1.39.
Yeah,
So-
I think that's a major issue in the Middle East.
Okay.
I think that's why they're not progressing.
Yeah, I think inbreeding is an issue anywhere. I had no idea there was so much going on over there.
Yeah.
And that the whole myth of it, it's like there's so much going on in the United States. It's hogwash at this point.
Mhm.
It's just not true. They're just trying to slander people from the South.
Right.
Oh,
And it's because the South is conservative. More or less.
More.
What'd you say? It's more conservative, or
Yeah.
okay?
For the most part,
I think
I
that's
would
a
say
fair
so.
statement.
Yeah.
No?
Definitely.
Yeah. Sure.
You don't sound
conservative
convinced.
Muslims, conservative like really religious Christians, really religious Muslims, really religious Jews. There's a problem in the Jewish community with the Hasidic people. Some of them are married, like they're so closely related to each other that even if you're, 20, like you're so removed from another family's line that it's still, everyone is so similar that it's consanguinity. They're not related at all, but they're related like 20 generations up, and they're still having problems like Tay-Sachs disease because they're related enough.
Right.
So if a husband and wife that weren't related did an ancestry, they might find a brother down the line that they're both related to.
Well,
and it's enough that they could pull the genetic
maybe.
lottery.
Like they're all Ashkenazis. Their blood has become. They've been marrying Ashkenazis for so long that even if like someone comes from Russia comes to America and they're Ashkenazi, they're still like close. There's still a close blood relationship. Even though their families have never had any relationships 20 generations up, they're still their blood is so close to each other at this point.
Well, look, if all I'm saying is if we can just get them to just pray to the east and that's all they do, I'm fine with that. You know what I'm saying? But this whole chopping off heads and death to the infidel, that's got to go.
Sure. No, we need to get rid of Islam like we did the witches. The witch, the Salem witch trial.
Well, you should just join Al Qaeda.
Yeah, that's terrible. You want to burn them at the stake? Wow.
No. I'm not saying that.
Chopping off like the heads of mannequins, female mannequins.
I'm saying the way that people don't think that way anymore. Mm-hmm. We need to look at Islam that way.
Okay.
It needs to be looked at that way more on a worldwide scale.
Okay.
Like where we look at burning a woman at the stake for thinking because she couldn't float. You know what I mean? Like we should do that. That's how we should look at fucking Islam.
Oh, we got our first cock in the chat. Shout out to Alex. Appreciate you.
Wasn't he supposed to be on?
Yeah, but I wanted to have him on the main channel. Oh. I want to give him a fair shake.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if he wants to come on, he's more than welcome. Let me know.
I love Alex. Bring him on.
I could get me a little helping of Alex tonight.
Never say that again, please.
You're saying a lot of questionable things tonight, Crishaun. Again, I'm kind of getting worried.
Oh, the eradication of Muslims and his love for Alex.
I didn't say we need to
eradicate about Jay Blaze's, camp tent in the back of him.
Oh man, I know you didn't say the eradication, but it's way too easy to throw a white brother under the bus.
Let me correct you in your ignorance, Jay Blaze. I said we need to eradicate Islam, not Muslims.
Ah, wait, they're not the same. Okay, maybe I am ignorant.
Muslims are the people. Islam is the religion.
Yeah.
Tomato, whatever.
It's.
I don't want to eradicate people. I want to eradicate the way they're thinking.
I'm not trying to eradicate Jews. I'm just trying to eradicate Judaism.
Sure. I think
What's
that's more fair.
Oh,
more fair.
Sure.
I'll think of something.
I say we build some camps.
No, I think the change in ideology is necessary. Not necessarily the eradication of it, but just the change. Like you can still believe in not eating bacon and praying to the east without having to kill somebody who doesn't believe the same thing. You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
think so.
You don't think so?
No, maybe I do. Say that
Well,
again.
no,
I
because
wasn't
there's gonna.
listening.
Yeah,
Go
because
ahead.
it's like, look, I'm Christian, so I celebrate Christmas. You're Jewish, so you do Hanukkah. You guys get more gifts. I would love to get gifts.
We don't
every
get
year.
more gifts. That's a myth. It's 8 days. We get socks on the 4th day, and that's it. The other 4 days are just was like the
But
candle.
that's why
You guys
that's
get socks
Use your
because
quarter.
Jewish people give crappy gifts. It's not. It's not
we
because
give
it's
fine
tradition.
gifts. Gifts are fine at the beginning, but it's like, how many good gifts can you get? And then it's your birthday. We have all kinds of holidays.
But see, that's why
Foods.
Jews are so pragmatic, because you get like pencil sharpeners. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get like notebooks and shit for gifts.
Right.
Yeah,
The
thanks
first
to
day is when you get the
further
Xbox.
education. Okay.
Yeah,
That's good.
Nintendo 64 was on the first day.
And then after that, you get bullshit.
Yeah,
Well,
it's like
like
you said, pencil sharpeners.
You told me the origins of the dreidel, and that shit amazed me.
The dreidel?
Oh, I'd like to
Where
hear that
where it
story.
was basically where they were to look like idiots. They played with the dreidel.
They like when they did when they were doing Torah learning and discussions, they had books in front of them, and they'd have to hide those books when like the Romans, I think it was the Romans or the Greeks, one of those, they would come in to inspect to see what the Jews were doing, because they were bored. They'd come in, and someone would announce that they were coming, like kind of like in the hood. You have your watchers out there seeing when the cocoa comes.
Yeah, thanks for relating it to me. I appreciate it.
Oh no, I'm just saying where it started, man. This is.
No, continue.
Gotta relate. Yeah, and they would just hide their books and then just bring out these stupid dreidels that they would bet money, like pretend like they were gambling on. The guards would come in, see them doing that, and be like, "Oh, okay, they're just playing a stupid game." Or the guards would join and start gambling with the Jews in the dreidel game.
That's interesting. I never knew that.
So it was a way to totally throw the soldiers off the scent, because they weren't allowed to, Jews weren't allowed to have their books, because they kept writing new things into their books.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. I mean, there's like anti-slavery in some of the Jewish, like Exodus.
I would imagine
it's anti-slavery. How Leviticus came about and just brought back slavery is pretty simple. They were under Babylonian rule, so their text had to have some sort of slavery in it.
Leviticus, that's New Testament, right?
Old Testament.
That's Old Testament.
Old Testament, but they put provisions in there, like you can't kill your slaves. You have to feed your slaves. If your slave marries a Jew, they can become Jewish. They can convert to Jew and then have regular rights. So they had things like that. But I mean, it's totally different from Exodus, where they left Egypt and they left slavery, and it came up with that portion. It's like, you should be nice to everybody because you were once a stranger in the land of Egypt.
Okay, makes sense.
That's how it. So I feel like Leviticus was a book that was kind of influenced by the times, influenced by the fact that they lived under the Babylonians and they had to play by their rules. Like you can't not have slaves and be, in the Babylonian Empire. It's just
that's weird. So how can because I never knew that. How can a book that was created by a group of people that were destroyed for the things that they were doing, how can that still be allowed to be in one of the most holiest books ever printed?
Because it's the books that Jesus was reading, dude. Like Jesus was a Jew. I mean, you can't just, and the Jewish Christians that came about afterwards, after his death, still held on to those 5 Old Testament books. Mm-hmm. There was no way to divorce them from the rest of, from Christianity. It'd be like, there'd be no basis of that religion. I mean, the New Testament reads like, some of the Talmud. The Talmud is like the oral tradition. It's all the discussions of the Old Testament. And one of those discussions is about how you shouldn't stone or kill women who have committed adultery. And that's the story where Jesus says, he who is without sin cast the first stone.
Right.
How that turned into the Catholic Church, like burning women for committing adultery, is just insane.
Well,
it took a bad turn.
I think Catholicism is a whole bunch of hogwash, but don't get me started on that.
Yeah, the whole idea that you have to go through someone to understand your religion is counter Judaism. Judaism is like everyone is going to go into Torah learning, and we're all going to debate. We're going to debate what's right or wrong, and we're going to come up with different solutions.
I'm sorry.
It's like a living, breathing religion.
I said that was weird, but I do the same thing with Jesus. But it's weird to me that an actual human being, like I have to, like if I go shoot somebody, I have to go sit down and tell the Father and confess in a booth where nobody else is around. Tell him all my sins. He does a couple of one of these, and I'm good to go.
Between you and God, buddy. Between you and God, it's Yom Kippur. Everyone on Yom Kippur, you fast and you ask for forgiveness from God, but you have to make amends, and you have to make amends. I think
there's some action to it, right?
You have to change your ways.
To it.
Yeah.
Like you can never, like you promise I will never do this again, and you try to make amends. You try to do something for like the family that you harmed.
Well, it's almost like in Christianity, I believe there's almost like 2 levels to forgiveness, where it's like you have to ask God for forgiveness, and then the person that you wronged, you ask for forgiveness. But I think where Christianity misses is the action part of it, where it's like you go to somebody for forgiveness, but there's also like you have to, like you said, make amends.
Yeah, it's like
and that could mean
I hurt your daughter driving my car. I gotta make amends. Or camel. I hit your daughter with my camel, so now I have to pay for her bills.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta help her go to school from now on because she can't walk there anymore. Or whatever. You have to do. There's action behind it, and there's a thing in Judaism where you have to. The person you're asking forgiveness from, they have to forgive you, but they don't have to forget what you did.
Well, that's the basis of forgiveness. Is you can forgive somebody for what they did to you, but forgetting would be foolish on your part, because then you're opening the window for them to do it again.
Right.
Sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
Forgive me.
Sorry.
Oh, did you hear the button?
No, we didn't hear anything.
Oh, okay.
Which Never is mind. Concerning, because we should have heard that button.
All right, let me bring in. We got Alex Coquito in the lobby here. I think that's really him.
I'm gonna jump off for like a minute.
All right.
I'm thirsty.
Ew. Get out of here.
He said, ew.
Go wet your palate, you queer.
Or wet your whistle.
Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you Mr. Alex Coquito, our frenemy.
Hello there, que this is Alex Coquito. Kiki. Once again, the frenemy from the island of Puerto Rico, living in Puerto Rico, a.k.a. Alex Empanadilla, a.k.a. the Mexican guy from Puerto Rico. Hello.
The man himself. Did you make that mic? It looks like a drill bit.
Yes.
Oh, I thought that was like a clarinet. You were about to, like it's like your new gimmick or something.
No.
Nice.
Fuck.
I'm not making fun of it. It's ingenuity at its best.
It's eBay at its finest.
My dog is stepping up. That's what it is. Let's not be modest here.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, man.
Everything I know.
How you been?
Doing good.
Happy New Year.
Being a father. Thank you very much. Being a father sucks, and bitches be crazy, but mostly just doing all right.
Well, what do you mean by that? Let's delve into that. You mean not being a father sucks, but dealing with the woman that you had a kid with sucks.
Oh yeah, because guess what? She's, in lack of a better term, she's bipolar. Because one day she's happy, and the next week she's all super ecstatic, and then she gets pissed off because I had one strawberry out of the fucking refrigerator because I didn't know it was hers, man. What the fuck ever. But
let me tell you what you do.
Then okay, here we go.
No.
No, let's say it. Let him be the Don for a reason. Let's say you're
No. You know what? Finish what you were saying. Sorry, go ahead and finish venting. That was rude of me.
Okay. Thank you for understanding. I was venting.
Yeah.
But in the end result, like I have a whole week of her being petty and childish, but I have to remember I'm not with her. She's having her own life. She's happy, and I have a kid with her. So at the end of it all, I have to thank her for having a kid with me, but that's it. That's it.
I mean,
And
you
that's
don't
all I
even
gotta
have
say.
to be honest, you don't even have to thank her for that. You just got to be there for the kid.
And I am every freaking day, you know. And Don, you were gonna say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say this is what I learned with women, right? Is you
Of
don't
course.
the whole bipolar thing, right? That's just a woman's way of getting out of being able to be an asshole.
Nah,
to
because
you.
that's a real thing, bro.
Because if I said to
right,
if
though.
I
He's
was
right.
yeah, if I was a complete asshole to a woman and I go, oh, I'm sorry, I'm bipolar, she wouldn't accept that. I would have to find a way to figure that shit out. So I noticed when women try to play off that whole bipolar thing, if you don't give it any credence, they don't play it off. They don't use it.
Now, what if they're taking medicine for it and it's like an actual condition they're dealing with?
You got to kill her doctor.
Oh.
That's what you got to do.
My answer to that was actually like, okay, then you have to understand her problem and see if being positive around her helps. If it doesn't, then you have to cut that loose and just stay away from that, because if medication's not working and therapy's not working and act of the gods itself is not working, just let it go.
That's why I firmly believe in mental abuse. I think mental abuse is the only way that we.
No, you're laughing, Jay Blaze. But no, I was with you. I was with you until the last sentence. You just the last few words. Mental abuse is a problem, but it shouldn't be used as a weapon.
No,
I knew you.
That's how we keep from hitting women. If I didn't mentally abuse women, I would be a physical abusive asshole.
You're nuts.
I think that's what
you can come to an understanding with a reasonable woman, right? You don't have to mentally break her down. Maybe in the beginning, if you're trying to get her out of her ways, like if she's doing ignorant stuff, then maybe in the beginning you have to treat her a certain way. But once you get her to that point, you ain't got to keep beating her down like that.
No, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, when she deserves it, not all the time. That's not, Sorry. Okay, I see why people misconstrue me now.
I thought you meant like, oh my God, the roast is burnt again.
like you spilled my coffee, you bitch.
No one will ever love you, and you'll always die in a bed alone. Just stuff like that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. It's like she didn't make my peanut butter and jelly sandwich right, and I'm like, your mother didn't love you, right?
Oh shit!
That's terrible.
I totally see why your father left, but let's
just reinforcing
them. That's what you use. That's weapons. Those are bullets that you can use to make her cry or make her, when by accident she's gonna run you over with a car or shoot at you or stab at you or do all those things that's happened to me over my life. Bitches be crazy.
Yeah, I listen, Alex. I saw my life going where you're at. No offense. I'm not trying to be rude or anything.
No offense taken.
Yeah. I know you're, what I'm saying though is I learned that it's you can't I can't think of the fucking word. I'm sorry. I'm drawing a blank. I'll give myself a button because I fucking suck. I'm sorry, I'm getting used to this.
Why am I not hearing these buttons?
I don't hear anything.
Didn't hear that?
I hear
no.
It was hilarious.
It was hilarious. It was funny. You had to be there.
I wish you guys were there. Sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead, continue. I fucked that up. I derailed.
That's totally fine. Totally fine. But I have a question for you. You were talking about a subject before Mr. Chow left.
Yeah.
Forgiveness, but not forgetting. Now, how do you consider? Is it a bad thing to not forget, or is it a bad thing to never forget? Like, how do I phrase it? I can phrase it like this better. I have a lot of enemies in my life. I'll give a personal experience, and I forgave them because I didn't want to have that hate and that anger in my life. But after a time, I forgot them, and it's made my life a little better. Is that a good thing or a bad thing in the long run?
Well, I mean, you got to look at it like you got to. First of all, let's classify your enemies. If they're enemies that want to do bodily harm to you, then you should never forget, because then you're leaving yourself open to an attack. Forgiveness is always a good thing, but when you don't have in the back of my mind like, yo, I have no beef with this dude, but if I see him, it might pop off. Like, you have to be on defense at all times. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's like some dude that stepped on your Nikes and you were pissed for a second and you just let it go, that's different, because you can forget about that. You might not ever see him again.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I was trying to classify. Of course.
Sorry, can I ask for just for clarification? What do you consider like an enemy?
A person that takes the time and effort to actively destroy your life in any way whatsoever. Not physically, not literally, like as Jay Blaze says, not come up to your house and fucking throw bows at you. No, just online hate, saying rumors around your town. Just because I recently got accused of showing my penis to a woman for $200. Right? Okay, whatever. And then on top of that,
specific.
Yeah, wait. Well, I was gonna say that's not a bad gig either.
However, people know me, and Crishaun and Jay Blaze, you've known that I'm a poor bastard. So therefore, I don't know where the hell the $200 would come from to actually offer that person to show my penis. So no, thank you. So after that, I found out who it was. It was a fake account on top of another fake account. And then I found out that they were telling Facebook groups around my area that I was a pedophile, that I was a pervert, that I was a this and this and this and this and this, and photoshopping fake messaging and everything else, to the point that I had to go to the FBI and file a report. Luckily, and this is a small town. This is a small town that even if someone has the whiff of being called a pedophile, you're dead in 2 days.
Yeah.
You're just dead. Right. In your house or on the street. Just how it is in my town. And it's been history. So what happened? After I confronted the person online, I checked my sources and everything else. She verbally and posted an apology saying, no, it's bullcrap and everything else. It took me 2 weeks going place by place in this whole town saying, hey, that's not me, that's not me, that's not that, trying to clear my name. So that's the type of enemy and hate I got to deal with. But I had an anxiety attack and everything. I had a panic attack. I had an anxiety attack. I had to go to the hospital for like a few hours. And then on top of that, that was the time that I was supposed to talk to you, but I had COVID, if you remember. All that happened at once, the accusations and then the COVID. After I survived it, I was like, you know what? I don't want to hate them forever. So I let it go. It was resolved. I have my name cleared. And Jay's Blaze says this type of thing could be classified as physical in a sense, and you should never forget it. But it's a lesson that I learned, that you can hate somebody, but if you keep hating them, eventually in the universe, someone's going to come back and make something so fucked up that it might scare you. And it scared me. Yeah. Honestly.
And the whole thing is I think you can forgive somebody, but you don't have to be friends with them after. No. You know what I mean?
No.
You don't have to even want to be friends or want a relationship with them. It's just, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah,
let me bring Chow. Sorry, I was just gonna bring Chow back on, but go ahead, please.
I think in a case like that, you definitely shouldn't forget what that person did to you, especially since the island of Puerto Rico doesn't play about pedophiles and things like that. Like that could have really turned bad for you, especially because it was a lie. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's
life-threatening.
That's like one of the worst ways to go, for a mob mentality to come and kill you over something you didn't do. So that's definitely something you shouldn't forget. But forgiveness is definitely applicable there, because you don't want to hold on to that kind of angst.
Well, the bigger the problem is, I think the more forgiveness is applicable. Sorry, go ahead. Hey, Chow, what do you got to say?
Huh?
20 minutes, go.
Yeah, you know all about forgiveness, right?
Yeah.
What do you mean forgiveness?
You're the linchpin of forgiveness, Chow.
Like you forgave your barber after.
Oh
After
damn,
that.
his hair's not that bad. It's a good haircut. I mean,
Supercuts. I can't speak their language.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't help you there. Supercuts fucking sucks.
I need it quick. I just said you shave my head. It's like what?
So, how does a Jufro come about? Like, is that just something that you guys
Genetics.
practice, or
That's just
it
genetics.
Okay.
Genetics.
You can't practice that kind of hair.
It
Like,
takes
what are you guys putting like their hair in a curling iron every day? Like it's
no, it takes thousands of years of being a white in the desert.
I don't know where those people come from, but they must have like a direct line to Africa.
They were sent from God. They were sent from God.
Yeah,
from God.
I was in and out of this conversation. Is someone getting paid to send dick pics?
No, I misunderstood. I thought when he said I was getting $200, I thought he said he was getting $200 to show his dick to.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
I was no. The whole thing is this: someone made a fake picture saying that I was offering $200 to show my dick to that person who looked like basically a hermaphrodite. And then 2 hours later, after I called her out and that was a fake account, that hermaphrodite-looking person turned into like a Instagram model, which helped me out tremendously because I showed people on the groups and everything else. Look, this person's fake because this person said is this, and then 2 hours later, is this person?
It's not even.
Come
real.
on, and then. It's not even real. But yeah, and then another thing came out saying that, hey baby, I want to be your sugar daddy. I'll give you money and you just, give me a good time. I'm like, I'm a poor bastard. Where the hell am I gonna get that freaking money? I gotta scrounge for $1 sometimes. I get a cigarette on a date. Sometimes. Where the hell am I get $200? Fuck that shit. So that's what happens.
Let me ask you something, Alex. Because
what's
like a dating
I'm sorry,
site?
Chris. Go ahead.
No, that was on Facebook.
Facebook?
It was on fucking Facebook groups. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Over here, Puerto Rico, everyone loves Facebook groups because it actually connects people over here, even in the smallest ways. So one Facebook group turned into 3 Facebook groups, turned into like 3 different fake names that jumped on those. Then I knew I had to block them because once they started going into my pictures on my personal page and putting all that nasty shit, I'm like, you know what? That's it. I'm going to the FBI, did the online complaint, posted the online complaint on the group saying, here, look, here's evidence that I'm not making this shit up. Here's all the proof that you need. And then an hour later, they both came out and said, hey, we're lying. Please don't kill him. We apologize. It's all a lie. He didn't do anything. It was all fake pictures. I'm like, see, you could have got me killed in less than 2 hours. Yeah.
Right.
And I live in a hood. If these guys were actually pretty smart and had Facebook groups and found out that they would have literally came to my door with a couple of M16s. Hey, you're going to die. So say bye to your kid. And I can say nothing. What am I going to do? Get a knife and try to do a Rambo shit? No, I'm fucking dead.
Well,
that's how it is.
That's what I was going to ask you, Alex. You guys in Puerto Rico live in a U.S. territory. Does that mean that do you have a passport? Do you have a social? I don't know how it works over there.
Yeah, I have a social. But what? I'm not from New Guinea. I have a social security card. I was born in the Bronx.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So perfect. Let's stay there. Why not leave where you're at and come back to America, to the land of milk and honey?
Because he has a baby. He has a fucking baby, man.
Yeah, take the kid. The girl is mentally unstable. Take her to court. Take the kid.
True.
Here's the thing.
I tell it the fuck out of there.
Here's the thing. Now, in my particular case, I don't want to leave Puerto Rico for the simple fact that I've been around the world twice. I've been to the States, everywhere, and I love my home because, like I said in my videos on Alex Coquito on YouTube, Kiki, I say, and I always, plug, always. I say, and I always do this. I wake up 5 a.m. I walk around my town without no fear of getting robbed, stabbed, shot at. Where else in the world can you walk around 5 o'clock in the morning and just enjoy the sunrise? Honestly, in the milk of honey, without thinking some homeless guy's gonna stab.
The land of milk and honey.
Let me tell you something.
Said it.
A very wise man once said that rappers die in their own hood. Do you know what that phrase means?
Yeah.
Okay. So you might feel at home in a place where you can go outside wherever you feel safe. But you see how quickly that safety was taken away from you just from a lie. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I feel like you would have a better chance of things like that not happening. over here. And if it did happen, you would be better equipped to defend yourself over here. That's all I'm trying to say.
No, I know. And
sometimes your attachment to where you were born and where you stay can be a detriment to your life.
No, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. You know, actually one of my dream places I want to go to is Denver. That's it. Just because it's an open space. I have my own little house. I can see who the hell's coming to my house, and I'm not gonna be a gun-toting crazy person like I'm just gonna have Home Alone traps. That's it. Just a whole bunch of Home Alone traps around.
Home Alone.
Yeah,
traps.
man. I'm like, look, hell yeah, that's it. Because they can say I'm crazy, and then in court, yeah, I could use that in court and say I'm crazy. I saw the movie and I was inspired by it, and I can use that as a defense.
Well, now you can't because you just explained it on a live video.
Alex, you can't.
Alex is gonna go home and he's gonna look like Robert Neville every day, putting fucking bleach on the steps.
Alex, you can't put a paint can on a string and expect that to stop a home invader. Okay, not everybody is a wet bandit. Some of these people
you can put but in an inventive way, you can make a paint can full of nails that can explode if it hits on the impact, and a sign that says
now
if you move 10 feet forward,
terrorism.
that paint can's gonna explode.
Get a
That's
gun.
Not terrorism.
Yeah,
that's a warning. I don't like guns.
Get a dog.
I don't like
Get a dog. Get a gun.
Now you're fucking up the plaster and drywall in your living room.
You don't.
That's why I'm in Denver.
First of all,
Denver's not gonna die
it's
if I
illegal to
pick a hole.
set traps that could kill people.
Listen,
Even if they're
everybody.
there for no good.
Everybody that
Okay, wait.
guns,
Is it illegal? Is it illegal to maim? Maim's not killing.
Yes, it's
maiming is.
If a burglar gets killed by a trap or gets maimed by a trap, you're liable.
Sometimes maiming is looked at as worse than murder.
You better tell that to Batman.
No, murder is definitely worse.
Batman. I'm just saying it's in certain circumstances.
Listen, everybody who says that they don't like a gun, if they're ever put in a situation where they need one, all of that is out the window. That's all I'm saying.
I was put in a situation where I needed one, and I still used the knife.
And you still didn't. Why would you?
I'm still alive. I'm alive.
Don't bring a knife to a gunfight. Like that's a thing.
What other weapons did you have on you that night?
No, but guess what? There's also another saying. No, here's another saying. Always count your bullets. A gun's only as powerful as the bullets that are in them, and when you run out, all you got is a metal object.
Yeah, but one bullet is better than no gun.
No. Look, I've been in a gunfight, and the knife saved my life. Yeah,
no, you're lucky. You're lucky.
Because
you're not skilled. You're lucky.
No, I was lucky. And guess what? All these fucking shooters out here in Puerto Rico, they got the fucking nice little Glock with the nice. I don't know what that's called, with the drums in the bottom right here. That has like 100 bullets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I just saw one yesterday. An 18-year-old just got picked up because his license was expired, and when they checked his car, they had a Glock with a barrel and a nice dismantled AK that was ready to go. He was gonna send it to Florida.
Look, let me.
So imagine that crap.
Let me tell you why Alex is crazy. I literally, maybe like 3 months or 2 months ago, saw a video of Puerto Ricans pull up to another group of Puerto Ricans and blast all of them within 2 seconds.
Okay, yay! Oh, that's yes. By the way, that's a 6 out of 10 in the massacre scale in Puerto Rico. A 6 out of 10.
But you don't like guns. Come on, bro.
I hate guns. Yeah,
you gotta think to survive, bro.
And that's not normal in America.
It's not.
No, hell no. Over here, and by the way, those people got killed. I'm gonna clarify that those people that got killed in the massacre of Gaye were killed only for the fact that they were dirty people, not respecting their hood, not respecting the rules and the laws of the hood. So by the way, the big guy said, "You know what? Bye bye."
That's the thing. Over here, hood laws don't determine who lives and dies. The laws of the
land. Over here they do.
Determine.
Over here they do. You respect the laws.
It's starting
to. Yeah.
Like because honestly. Like, okay, Jay Blaze, I'll give you a hypothetical. I love these hypotheticals in life. Let's say you're a drug lord and you live in a 100-house complex area that's yours, right? Mm-hmm. Now, the basic rules of Puerto Rico here are 3. Respect children and women. Don't kill them and don't try to get them involved. Mm-hmm. Never shyster the customer. Never shyster the customer. If they're paying you the amount, you give them the amount. Customer service. Never. Yeah, exactly. And never, ever shoot at cops under no circumstances. If you if it's the last last thing you have to do, then shoot it. But if you don't have to, run. That's
solve
the
a lot of
rules here.
problems here.
Okay, guess what happens? You broke rule number 1. You beat the crap out of kids and children and women.
Okay.
You broke rule number 2. Every new person that you didn't recognize, you just stole their money and kicked the fuck out of them. And then rule 3, 2 of your homies every night like to go out and then do pot shots on cops when they're passing by, and then they hide.
Okay, but see, I think the thing that you're missing is that, and as honorable as those rules sound, they're not like reasonable rules. You shouldn't be doing any of those things anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like you shouldn't be shooting at cops. You shouldn't be beating up kids, and you should be shysting the customer. But in all of that mixed together, you're still breaking the law because everything else that you're doing is illegal. You know,
it's
what I'm
like
saying?
we always talk about how certain people. Let me see if I can point in the right direction. Certain people they brag about things that they're supposed to do anyway.
The blacks, Chris. Let me help you out.
I take care of my kids. I ain't never been to jail. You know what I mean? I graduated high school.
All right?
Yeah, it's like
it's a stat.
I have a question.
I should have been dead at 25. That's a stat.
I have a question. How is the bailing system there in the States? Let's say, for example, Mr. Chow, General Chow, goes to a Home Depot and steals, I don't know, 3 power drills worth $2,000.
Oh, you'll be out.
And the bails, you'll be out?
Mm-hmm. It's a felony.
It's become a joke in the country at this point.
Okay. Because over here, I was gonna talk about a story that happened again about a guy who killed his best friend with a gun, went to jail, got a probation, got a $20,000 bail, got out. 2 days later, shot his mom and then killed himself.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, as crazy as that sound, that kind of happens over here too.
Yeah, it's been happening.
The ironic thing was the person that paid for the bonds was his mother.
Oh wow, that sucks. Well, you know what's crazy too is the person that killed her is the person she gave birth to.
That's the worst part.
That's even crazier. But also, the problem is happening here where a lot of people are getting out of jail too easily.
Pedophiles, people assaulting people with guns, they're just getting out.
Yeah, we have too lax of it's getting too laxed, the judicial system.
Mm-hmm.
Is habeas corpus a thing over there?
Yeah.
Is habeas corpus a thing over there?
Yeah.
No, you're laughing. That's a real thing. Habeas corpus is a real thing.
I'm laughing because Chris said, "God bless you." It was funny.
Whatever. Okay, because over here, a lot of people use this. I actually hate that. A lot of people use habeas corpus here. They'll stretch out their date because after 6 months you can get out. After 6 months, if there's no trial, no sentencing, you get out. So over here, they push the system as far out as you can. So if you're in jail for 6 months and 1 day, you're out.
Oh no, you are in jail for the remainder of like the trial and like when they're invested. Like once the court process starts, you could be in jail for however long the trial goes. Okay. And then you get time served if you're convicted.
Mm-hmm. Which really wouldn't matter if you were sentenced to life or anything like that.
But don't you get compensated too?
If you're found not guilty?
Not all the time.
Not here.
I don't know 100% what
I think only real compensation comes if you were convicted for a crime and then later you were found, other evidence came out and it was like, we had you in jail for 10 years here, take $5 million.
Or if the prosecutor was hiding evidence.
Gotcha.
Or that too. Yeah. So,
Kamala Harris.
Listen, I think the justice system definitely has its flaws. For the most part, I think it works. But there's problems in it that my people have said that there's issues that's not really the case. You know what I'm saying? Like it's more so there's lighter sentencing for pedophiles than there is for drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? Like you can get caught with a crack rock and you're spending 30 years in jail. You can get caught diddling a kid, they'll give you 15 and probate you in 5. So I mean, to me, the kid part is a worse crime. To me. I could be wrong because crack rocks destroyed the hood.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
But
no. And over here, we only have the 4 basic drug groups: crack, heroin, cocaine, weed. That's it. We don't sell anything else.
So opioids hasn't hit that island yet.
Oh, it is. It just transfers. It just goes someplace else. It just boop, boop. That's it. We just keep the 4 main food groups here. Everything else, you can have that yourself.
They're just the trading
trafficking. Yeah, exactly. We are the trading hub. We drugs, human trafficking, illegal animals. Knock yourself out. That's why we have so many. That's why we have
Can you get me a tiger?
There's not a tiger. There is boas. Actually, no, there's a tiger. There's a tiger in the abandoned zoo. There's a tiger in the abandoned zoo on the southwest Mayagüez, but there is Philippine pigs. There's so many Philippine pigs, they procreated, but we can't eat them because there's an enzyme in their blood that kills people, apparently.
Okay, but see, that was my issue with what you said, though, earlier, Alex, is, these guys have rules, but their rules are only meant to sustain their illegal lifestyle. You don't shoot at cops because that's going to bring heat. Mm-hmm. That's a basic rule. You know what I'm saying? It's not because they're good people. They don't want to kill cops. They just don't want to
cop this. No, of course. But over here, like I said, and those rules are applicable. But again, there's no rules on bringing in illegal ferrets and cockatoos or all this other stuff. There's no rules on that. If you get caught, you get caught. That's on you. If you don't get caught, keep it going.
All the animals I'm totally uninterested in. Aren't there any cool exotic animals that I can get from Puerto Rico? You can just send me.
There's koi. There's koi fish.
Toucan or something.
There is toucans. There's toucans. There's birds that are completely black like night with red beaks. They're from I think from Canada or Europe. We have those too. We have koi fish. We have silverback. We have humpback whales that cover the coast. We have dolphins. We have turtles that are at least 100 years old. And babies that come out every week, little babies that go to the water. So if you can grab one, take one home. Just make sure that Natural Resources doesn't catch you because that's a federal crime, and you will go to jail.
I almost said silverback 8.
Fucking poachers, man.
No, yeah. Oh, there's monkeys. No, there are monkeys here in the north. Yo, there's monkeys.
Whoa, Chow. You were way too excited about that monkey thing.
I want a monkey.
Oh yeah, relax. Dude. Because there is a place called the island of La Isla de Mona, which translated is called the island of the monkey. Which there's a whole bunch of monkeys, and lately they've been illegally transferring them from there to the north. If you type down monkey in San Juan or monkey in Puerto Rico, you just see monkeys on top of banks, monkeys going next to bars, taking food off people and just running away. And these dumb Natural Resources, I love you, Natural Resources, but you're stupid. They thought, let's just do the old school, put a cage and then put a stick here and see if it works. And then the monkeys come in. I'm not stupid. I'm just going to drag the banana out and I'm going to go away. And you look stupid. Now they just gave up. They're not even trying to pick them up anymore. They just gave up?
You're saying in Puerto Rico, monkeys are outsmarting the humans by spades.
Yes. Yes. Laugh it up.
Come over here.
He said laugh it up.
Okay.
Laugh it up. It's true. Puerto Rico is so close to Jurassic Park.
Only in certain areas. It's
closer to fucking bedrock. You remember when the fucking record player would look over and go, "Well, it's a living."
Yeah, hey, I love it, man. Like the only place in the world that you're gonna wake up at 5, 6 in the morning because you got the roosters cock-a-doing. And then if you want to eat duck, there's a duck on the road. Just grab it. Grab the duck, kill it.
Duck on the road.
Make it yourself. Yeah, straight up, man. Right next to my house is a fucking duck. And by the way, two houses.
How bad did Hurricane Maria just destroy that place?
When there's a duck on the road in America, we have a guy for that.
Yeah. Okay. When there's before I answer General Chow, when there's a caiman on the highway, you stop and you shoot it. And that's happened here too. When there's little caimans on the highway, someone stopped and said, "You know what?
The fuck is a caiman?"
Alligator
species of alligator.
Alligator?
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, shoot that motherfucker. I wish we could do that.
In the highway, but after
because we overdo it here.
Yeah, you're right.
And answer General Chow's question real quick. Puerto Rico got really messed up after Hurricane Maria. Then we found out all the corruption, and then afterwards, now we act like it never happened, which really pisses me off because it happens.
That's what our hurricane here pretends like.
They
pretend like Trump didn't send aid, and then they found all this aid that was going to after Maria, and there's pictures all over.
They found They found like caches of supplies, and then that's why they pushed that story. They pushed that story about Trump throwing the paper towels.
Hold up now.
Puerto Rico to be a 51st state.
Hold up. The caches were found after. Yes, that was the most despicable thing. I know you love Trump, Crishaun, but that I'm sorry. You come to Puerto Rico to the one spot that's accessible from airport to road. And then the dumbass governor, who was a piece of shit anyway, lies and says, this is the worst area in all Puerto Rico. That's bullshit, first off. That's fucking bullshit.
Well, also, what is Trump supposed to do? Walk through with a fucking machete?
Wait, hold on.
No, that helicopter can go anywhere around Puerto Rico. He would have been fine. That helicopter, he came in.
But he has to go see government officials. Anywhere. That's his job.
Yeah. It's the government officials.
I agree with you, bro. I agree with you.
That would piss me off. I saw that video, and my mom was so mad. I'm sorry, you didn't say this. My mom, we saw that video of him throwing paper towels. My mom, I'm gonna say this in Spanish and translate it. Vete pa'l carajo, este mamabicho cree que somos mierdas. In English,
right.
This motherfucker thinks that we're pieces of shit, and he's giving us toilet paper to wipe our asses off with it. Fuck him. I love you, Mom. Wherever you are.
Toilet paper became a big issue.
Not over here. Water became a big issue over here.
Oh,
water. It was just water.
Getting toilet paper is like a high honor in this country.
And they found the runway full of pallets of water, bottled water that just went
100,000 pounds. Yep, 100,000 pounds of Nestle Canadian water. But guess what? Nestle Canadian water tastes like shit anyway, so it doesn't really change the difference.
This is why I try to get through to you with the idea that America is specifically going at Puerto Rico. Or like the Puerto Rican people because it's based on racism. You got to understand they're doing that to people here. They did that with the whole nursing home thing we talked about. Like they didn't go to Puerto Rican and black communities and do that.
We don't know.
That was across the board.
That's the thing. Like I want Puerto Rico to be the 51st state, but I know
it would never be. It would never be because it would never be because. No, I'm going to say this, and this might sound like a geographical joke, and I'm not going to say the other word because I promise I never would. Our English system here is horrid. It's disgusting. The people here will talk like this. Hello, my name is Alex Coquito. Welcome to Puerto Rico. And I hate that. Okay, because guess what? I'm living in Puerto Rico right now, and I have no effing accent. Why? Because I read books, I watched television, and I trained. Because that's the way you're supposed to learn different languages. Okay? That's what school is for. Right. But again, the school system here is Detroit. Look, we have 78 states. And 60% of all the schools in the island got shut down. Because, again, the Secretary of Education just got caught by the feds for fraud. And she only got 6 months. She got kickbacks, evidence, paper, data trail, money trail, and she got millions in her pocket, and she only got 6 months. But we have 60% of all our schools destroyed or sold to land. That's why I wanted to talk to you guys in the Misfit Nation podcast. Like, subscribe down below, Kiki. Is that this new epidemic that's happening is this fucking Puertopians. These fucking all these Americans coming in saying, "Oh, we're Puerto Ricans now. We're having fun. We're gonna buy all the land we want."
Ew.
And that's what they're doing. They're buying now. And then what's even okay? Is there any wherever you guys are living right now? Is there a place that's specifically only for cryptocurrency that you can only pay with crypto?
No, not that I know of.
No, that's what they want to do here. There are options to where we can use crypto to pay for certain things. We'd have to have enough and convert it into actual cash and then use it.
Yeah. You want to launder your money first. You got to launder your money before.
Yeah. That's what they want to do over here. They want to make a town specifically, kind of like what Magneto did with all the mutants. Just make an old little sanctuary of like-minded people and make it only for crypto only. That's it. Only for crypto. Money.
Well, three things, Alex, because you went on for. I got 3 things. First, on the crypto, since that was the last thing you said, I hope that goes through because the market has been down and we really need a pump. Second thing is, what exactly did you expect Trump to do? Him being the president, he cannot go to. Give me one of your worst hoods. You made a video on one. Where the rapper was. Yes.
Oh, La Perla. That's not
La
the worst.
Perla.
That's like 6 out of 10. But sure, yeah.
Well, anyway,
let's use that as
you
an
expect him to go there where security can't really, control the situation. He's going to go to the best possible area.
I think he was saying the helicopter.
Well, either way,
and
I'm
guess
sure
what?
they have rocket launchers.
But to counter that, Jay Blaze, he would have walked into La Perla and not one person would have touched him. Not one.
Okay, fair enough.
Because that's
last thing.
That's the
Last
fourth.
thing.
That's
Yeah, but
the
they
fourth
don't- it's
silent
not-
rule. You don't hurt Americans. Guess what? Because Americans bring the FBI, and FBI will find you. There's nowhere in Puerto Rico you can hide if the FBI comes after your ass. That's why that's the fourth invisible rule. You never, under any circumstances, kill Americans unless what happened to Tariq Quadir, took out his phone, acted a fool, got burnt to death.
Damn right.
And the rapper,
but Alex,
and the rapper that pissed on the house.
most people wouldn't touch the president in America, but they're just not going to take the chance. They wouldn't let him walk down the hall by himself,
Right.
in a goddamn mansion. So it's like any precedent.
Trump touched everybody, man. He would go out there and shake people's hands.
Yeah, but he wasn't by himself.
Now,
They
lastly,
always have Secret Service peppered.
Yeah, they didn't like Trump. The Secret Service didn't like what Trump was doing because he was like hard to protect. He was just always out there with crowds.
last thing before
Jay
we
Blaze?
get Wunda in here.
Yes.
Well, I got to bring in Wonder before we get out of here because.
And I gotta
well,
go
I said-
about this.
I said last thing
wrestling
before
after
we-
this.
Okay, we get Wunda in here.
Yeah, sorry for the delay there, Wonder. We were just in the conversation.
So last thing, Alex, in the beginning of the conversation, I asked you why you didn't come here, and you only gave me 3 good reasons, and then you went on to prattle off like 100 reasons why you shouldn't stay there. So you got to come over, bro. It's the right thing. Come to the land.
No, look, how do I say this? This actually came out on the Peacemaker, the latest episode of Peacemaker, and someone asked Peacemaker, why won't you kill your dad? Because I love him. Why won't I leave Puerto Rico? It's a piece of shit place. It's kind of dangerous, but I love it. And sometimes it might kill me. But
what do you love about it, though?
You don't want to give up.
That's
You don't
that
give
hood
up
mentality,
on
bro. That's
what I love about it.
That's that hood mentality, bro. You got to break out that.
It is.
The hood don't love you.
Oh, not the hood. I don't give a shit about the hood. I give a shit about my mom. I give a shit about my brothers, my sisters, my nephews. I love hanging out with my sister's kids and like being there for them
your
because
family's there. That's why.
Yeah, just my
why you're
family.
there.
And what's weird is,
if you were in the position to get all of them out of Puerto Rico, what you do?
Take me out the hood. We can't take the hood.
No, because okay, no, because I know my personal experience of my family, they're fine. My mom is fine. She's gonna retire in about a few months. She gets to live her life finally. She's working. She's 62 and she's been working since she was 18. She has not stopped, so she needs a vacation. My brothers are fine. My sister works in a courtroom for life, so she's happy. I'm happy for them. And like other people that I know, get the hell out of Puerto Rico. Get the hell out of Puerto Rico. Just don't come back because this is not a place.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Alex. Do you hate or dislike America?
Damn, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I dislike America. I don't hate it. I don't hate it because there's so many beautiful things, and the core value of America I value, I endure, I love. Like it's about anyone that comes in and has a shot to be the best they can be under any circumstances. That is the true core value of America. It's not about right or left. It's about coming in and doing your best and being the best. It's because America's competitive. Right now, like I said, Misfit Nation podcast, they're trying to go to 5,000. After 5,000, they want to go for 10, 20, 30 things. That's competitiveness. That's trying to be the best. That's all. But I don't hate America.
Right.
So you don't hate the free market aspect of America, the capitalism.
No. Look, no, capitalism fucking sucks, dude. I want the chance that a little kid in the hood can go up. I guess so.
No, capitalism in Puerto Rico kind of really sucks.
Capitalism and corruption are the same name. They're just dressed differently. They're twins, hanging out in two different places like fucking Parent Trap.
You're wrong.
Yeah, But it's
How am I wrong?
It's not.
Well, without
No. I want to hear how because right now.
No.
Yeah.
I think the corruption
you just explained.
there is. I think what you have over there is you have Democrats that are allowing the corruption to happen from companies overseas, and that's why the effective tax rate over here is like 1.6%.
Over here, Democrats, over here, Puerto Rico, everything's reversed. Democrats are considered the Republicans, and Republicans over here are considered the Democrats. Oh yeah, everything's a reverse. So the Democrats that you call the Democrats, we call the Republicans. They're just dirty bad. They will take all the money in the world. Right now, like I said, if I was a government official, I can guarantee Jay Blaze can get a job working in a restaurant for $5,000 a month, and you work for me in a restaurant for $5,000 a month, and you never have to worry about taxes. You never have to worry about anything. Hey, Jay Blaze, you want a house next to the beach? Sure. Just sign this paper making sure that these people are going to get kicked out because of ecological problems, and that land is yours. So that's why I'm saying corruption and capitalism is hand in hand. Because, like I said, right now in my home state, right now in my town,
Constitution. That's
like socialism and communism.
Human rights.
Which let me say
that's how we're in Puerto Rico.
Even Alex, even from your own logic, I said I asked you if you disliked America or hated it. You said you disliked it. You said the thing that you liked about it, and then you continue to explain basically the free markets and capitalism that we have in this country. Like you didn't. That's 100% true. It's like that's why everybody comes here, because there's more opportunity. And it's because we have a free market, and they're trying to destroy the free market, which is why we fight so much against it. Go ahead. I just hate it over here. I just hate it over here for the simple fact that over here, with the right talk, with the right walk, you can sell anything and get away with it. Honestly, like I said, the Secretary of Education shut down 60% of all our schools just to get some kickbacks, and she's only getting 6 months. And then guess what? She already said in an interview that she's going to plan to go back into office as another thing. And you can get away with it.
You can do the same thing that you just said over here, but over there it's corruption. Over here it's free market. As long as you're not breaking the law, you can. No, we have more. We just have more checks and balances than Puerto Rico does. No. I'm trying to say you can still sell, because he said sell. You could sell anything. You can sell anything in America and make a profit. Am I wrong?
But not like you can't sell closing down schools.
No. That's. I was trying to make an example because that was the only one he gave me. But yeah, I know you can't. Well, I mean Baltimore anyway.
And over here you can sell wetlands and nature preserves, because right in my town they're selling a piece of land that in 2016 they said that it wasn't able to be a hotel, and now they revisited those papers, and magically now you can make a hotel on the wetlands and nature preserve.
Yeah, because someone from the party bought the land. Someone who's given donations bought the land.
Right, lobbyists.
Well,
yeah.
Somebody fingering R2D2 right now? What is that?
Morse code.
No, that's
Wonder's
not
in here. I don't know if he must not.
Let me see.
Wunda's trying to talk in Morse code.
Yeah. But, ladies and gentlemen, and people in the chat, I gotta go because I gotta review wrestling and talk about it right afterwards.
Man.
Now, real quick before you go,
I didn't podcast, man. I'm on the Midwest Marks podcast, a wrestling podcast.
I was just about to ask you. Are you a legit cast member of the Midwest Marks now?
Yeah.
Nice.
Since day one.
Congratulations.
Since day one. All right, gotcha.
Since day one, because they found me. Like, no offense given, no offense taken. I'm actually happy. We talk about AW. We talk about all the things that and we have fun. We have fun. It's a podcast made by fans for the fans. There's nothing professional about us. We do our own art. We do our own edits.
Does WWE kind of stink? Because I've been watching wrestling. Yeah, it sucks, right? It's not just me.
Because Crishaun knows this. It sucks when you have a Steiner in your roster and you can't call him fucking Steiner. It fucking sucks. Okay.
Yeah, I would say that's the main reason. That's the main problem.
Oh no, yeah, and then they fired Regal, and then they fired all these wrestling legends. They're doing cutbacks. You can't do third party. You can't have a Twitch without paying them. There's a whole thing. Right now, one of my favorite wrestlers, Walter, who's from Austria, Germany, is they renamed him Gunther Stark. And then when you Google Gunther Stark, that's a Nazi general that was side by side with
Really?
Hitler. Yes.
Wow.
And they didn't vet that.
All right, I'm gonna go
And he
check his
said
stuff out.
Yeah, the dialogue is like a bunch of drunk sorority girls like talking. Like I
Yes.
feel like they're going after like young girls now. That's
No.
their target.
We want
Yeah.
the kids.
Actually, you're
We
right.
want the
You're
kids
right.
now, man.
They're going after the old like soap opera crowd of women. That's what they're trying to do.
Alex, I know you got to go, so thanks for coming on and appreciate you.
Of course.
Put me backstage real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Key. Everybody follow.
Oh shit.
Kiki. Oh, that's right. Thank you.
Yeah. I just fucked up.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you,
everybody.
Alex.
For
Very
bye. Oh, next week on my channel, Ask Coquito, the Misfit Nation podcast are gonna pass by. We're gonna talk about Portopian. And who's that boxer? Who Jake Paul. We're gonna talk about Jake Paul. We're gonna talk about all these rich people. We're gonna talk about Crishaun that loves more than anything else, making fun of me. So thank you. Have a good night. Buen provecho. Kiki.
All right, brother.
Alex Empanada.
Adios.
Adios.
Oh, he brought back the old school name. Nice. Well, that was Alex Coquito. Go check out his.
That was very informative.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
I understand what he's saying about why he loves his country, and he sounds like very Republican.
He does, but he doesn't realize it.
Yeah.
No, he. You know what? I didn't get on him, but it's not our main channel. I'll wait because he's a female male feminist.
Male feminist. I know we were in the conversation with Alex, so I didn't get a chance to really address him. But shout out to Milkman C for being in the chat.
Yes.
Milkman, you weren't here for earlier, but basically, we medical misinformation. So our main channel is suspended for a week.
Yeah, David got us suspended.
Always blame the Jew. It is way easier than taking
Hey,
responsibility.
this is what I said. If a lawyer could read the YouTube guidelines and not be able to navigate it, then there's something wrong.
Something wrong.
Yeah.
So.
Or he's a shitty lawyer. Not you. I'm talking about just in general.
Yeah, where'd you get your bar exam from? Back alley?
Well, Florida.
Okay. Back alley.
It's just impossible. Like I'm listening to Jimmy Dore today. There's like the socialist and anti-vax guy, and I mean the things that we said on the main show is just about the same as what he says on his show. Like, right. It's baffling that there's a difference between someone who's bigger and someone who's smaller, and also the type of misinformation. If I had said like Sonia Sotomayor, 100,000 children were in the hospital, then YouTube would not have suspended the account, but they did because you're going the other way. Like if we went on, if our show went the other way to Sonia Sotomayor and gave that kind of disinformation, we would have been fine. That's right. Okay.
Well, I think the what you were explaining is, see, YouTube is always gonna placate to the numbers, right? People who have excess of 100,000 followers, maybe even more, they're driving people to YouTube, so they're gonna get ads played. So it's making YouTube money. A smaller channel like ours, it doesn't behoove YouTube to acquiesce to things that we want to say. So
I disagree. Sorry, I disagree, Blaze. Because they're taking down huge channels.
Because I think Crowder would have been gone a long time ago, but he's still there. 5 years.
Yeah, but he's demonetized.
Okay, I'd rather be demonetized than lose the channel because I can make money in other ways. You know.
Point being, who is that? How is that helping YouTube by demonetizing a top channel? They're
demonetizing his access to make money off of the ads. If I click on his stuff, I'll still get an ad, but it ain't going to him. It's going straight to YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't getting a percentage of that. So Yeah, go
Not
ahead.
the only way YouTube is making money these days. Like, aren't they selling advertisements to companies, or
But
companies buying
that's what
advertisements?
it's all about the ad dollars. The ads
They want
are
that pharmaceutical money.
Remember when before YouTube even had ads running on most videos?
Such a long time ago.
Yeah.
I can't even remember. Now I can't go on YouTube without them trying to shove YouTube Red in my face. I'm never paying for YouTube. Get out of here.
Now I think it's called YouTube Premium or YouTube TV.
Never
something
paying
like
for
that.
it.
Why would they give up their best? They had Cobra Kai. They shouldn't have given up that IP.
Listen,
Cobra Kai, no. Okay.
No.
I was hitting.
I'm
gonna hit some crickets on you. You probably can't hear.
I love. Oh man.
Yo, he said something so stupid. I called him out.
He's a Jew.
I'm sorry, Chow.
What'd I say?
Cobra Kai. Why would you
Here's the thing.
Great show.
David, Jimmy Dore is a commie. He's pushing the rhetoric anyway. He's pushing he might be anti-vax, but he still.
But
pushes.
he's pro free speech, and I gotta give him.
Sure.
I gotta give it to him for that. I'm not gonna disparage him. You know,
the guy never been to jail. You're giving him credit for something that we should all be for.
Okay.
I'm just saying. It's like when people go, Anna Kasparian said that she admitted that he
don't put Anna Kasparian in the same boat as Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore actually cares about free speech. He's actually been very when people are going anti-Trump, he's been one Democrat who's been saying, the whole collusion thing was nonsense. And I don't want to go after Jimmy Dore. I think Jimmy Dore is doing.
I'm not going after him. I'm just saying I'm not going to give him too much credit. You think he's
going against your party, your family?
One of the greats?
I mean, if Chris is saying he's a commie, I might have to look into him. I'm unfamiliar, so I don't really know.
Even communists can be, nice, friendly.
They're all scumbags and want to take away our way of life.
Yeah, they all pretend to be. That's like it's
not my Jimmy.
It's like
Jimmy Dore.
It's like the authoritarianism that we
Jimmy
have.
wouldn't do that, guys.
That we have these days is it's like a feminine kind of approach to it, where it seems nice and it feels good.
Jimmy's all man.
He's all man. I don't hate him. I don't hate Jimmy Dore. I think he's all right. He's entertaining too. So I mean,
I never understood. I used to always think that the "pull yourself up by your bootstraps" thing was a bullshit slogan. But I mean, it's really what you should be doing. If you work hard and you pay your taxes and you do the right thing, it should work out for you, right? It takes a little bit of luck. This
is sort of the caveat to that is like, even in that case, there's still sort of a level of like luck involved in that.
Yeah.
That's why I said
you have to be in the right place, right time, or know the right person, or you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Life isn't fair.
Look, because you know what it is? Social media ruined what people expect of their lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll go on social media and see a $200,000 car that some dude is driving in, and all he does is make TikToks, and then they're like, why am I not living like that? You can live comfortably if you make $50,000 a year if you manage your money. You know what I'm saying? If you could make $70,000 a year, you're well above the poverty level. Like, you wouldn't really have to worry about anything unless you were pissing away.
Well, if you're in New York, you do.
Well, don't live in a blue state and you'll be all right.
Mm-hmm. I mean, coming down to Florida, I tell everyone my age, come down to Florida. $50,000, you can live comfortably. $70,000, you live like a king. Everyone up north is just struggling to pay for rent and just anything. They
need to stop coming down here. Everybody need to stop coming down here. You're driving up the property prices exorbitantly. You're making $100,000 houses worth 220 when it's not even that. No, stop coming to Florida. Leave our state alone. And then you're coming from your Democratic run states and trying to enforce the laws that destroyed your state. No, I don't want to. Stop it. Cut it out.
Look at all right, Milkman C. People throw the commie social words around like racism. They don't even know what they're saying. I know what communism is.
Is he trying to say you don't know what communism is?
How I respond to that? No, I don't call people who aren't communists commies. I think I'm being accurate there.
What's communism?
It's a form of government where the government owns and controls
The means of production.
property and the means of production, and basically removes the idea of personal property.
Now, it would in a perfect world, it'd be great, right? Because then they could just, you need a house here, have a house. But it's not a perfect world. You're gonna live in a tin shack while the people that I deem important live in the good house. So it's
I mean, what people
sorry.
get confused of is they think that like Nazism was a capitalistic country, but it was really communist. It was just a different form. It was just a German version.
Damn.
Did you really have private property
Oh, yeah.
or private means of production in that country? No, if you didn't do what Hitler said, you would have been,
Yeah, that's communism to the extreme. Wunda!
Yo, welcome.
We finally got him in here. It's been a struggle.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah,
How's it going?
I'm doing okay now.
I wanted to get you on with Alex because that would have been
That'd be great.
good. But we have him coming on next week.
All right.
So yeah.
And that's that on that.
If you ask me, I think Wunda was running from the Alex smoke.
I really wasn't.
I think he's scared. I'll be honest
I
too.
don't know. You
There
can't
has to
prove
be
otherwise.
smoke.
Alex is gone and you're here. So I mean,
I was in for a little bit while he was here too.
I think you can't think of something to combat geographical Joker, and that's what you're worried about. I think you just let go and let God.
all right, man. What is here? Let's
Whatever,
get into the
man.
nitty. What do we talk about, man? We got.
Oh, you got some time?
Yeah, I got
man.
time.
What's up, man? We kicking it.
Okay, what do you want to talk about? I was just coming on.
and
here
that's the end of the
ranting
show.
about that. Yeah, goodbye, everybody. Thank you, Wonder, for joining us.
Peace.
I don't have anything because I was just coming on here to rant about the suspension, and I've been setting up my studio.
Bullshit. It don't matter.
Oh, I'm down.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's go to the chat room. Milkman, what do you want to talk about? This is our backup channel. We're
He's
just
the only one in here.
All
Shout
the
out to him.
fan.
Keeping it down.
let's shout out our fan, all the fan in the chat room.
In the chat room.
Oh, the fan.
It's funny, Milkman's by himself, but he's keeping it live. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Good looks, man.
He's like a crazy person talking to himself.
I was out of the loop,
John
out the
Hack.
live the whole time, so I don't know what you guys discussed about YouTube. But all I have to say is YouTube was once a place where I was coming out of middle school, could go onto their website and watch a girl get a credit card swiped right across her ass crack in the Nelly Tip Drill
Amazing.
video.
Amazing time.
And now we're
Okay.
getting hit with thoughts of being butthurt about their policy. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, once you give a corporation that kind of power, and they're pretty much the monopoly on a place where you can go watch loaded by others, we're gonna run into an issue where they can make rules that seem unfair, well, that are unfair to other people who don't want to follow those rules.
Hey, I got something from Milkman here. Because when I was answering the commie thing, this will just be real quick. He says, "Not you, fool. I'm talking about the raggedy ass old ladies screaming in the stores and such." Now I know who he's talking about, but I think those people, those old ladies, are pretty accurate too. I think that's a write off of those people. It's like the QAnon crowd. They're seeming that's who they are. They're the old ladies who are the right
I don't
wingers.
see the connection.
What do you mean?
QAnon and old ladies.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
QAnon has been right in a lot of these, and they're looked at as crazy people until they're right.
They're the old ladies yelling "commie" at the fucking store.
Yeah.
That's who they see QAnon as. Hey, Milkman, are you a lefty or a righty? I'm curious because sometimes I take what he says as sarcasm, and I don't know.
He's ambidextrous.
I don't know anymore. Yeah,
He's
I'm
a
just curious.
vegetarian.
It's
He's a
that's what
vegetarian.
I'm only
The
asking.
Virgo.
Let's get to know.
Milkman.
Let's get to know
You too.
Milkman.
YouTube is dying for creative people. That is absolutely correct.
You're right. Creativity is dying. And you know what's killing it? Communism.
I'm
fucking with you.
Listen, I'd love to turn this into a milkman love session, but let's talk about some real shit. So you were potentially about to be part of a really big case down here in Florida. Would you like to talk about that a little bit since you weren't selected for jury duty? They kicked you out because of your dreads. You look dirty.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been that, or you know, huh?
Can you talk about that?
I don't know. I don't know if
I don't think
no, because I'm not.
No, he's
I'm
not
on the case.
He's not on the case. You can talk about it. You can only not talk about it. Well, you're a lawyer.
It's not that interesting, to be honest. Who wants to know about jury duty?
Okay.
Yeah. All right, let me ask you guys this.
Because Chow, I want to know because I'm gonna ask a lawyer. This is ask a lawyer. So
ask a lawyer.
So if you're selected for jury duty, but then you're not selected for that particular case, you can not talk about that case outside of the courtroom?
I'm not sure. That's why, because he might have learned things from the case that are important.
Nah,
to get gone out there. Like
I learned more from news stories than
like the names of the parties.
I mean, all of that is public.
I'm not gonna go down the witness list.
All right, go ahead.
I don't care to talk about it, to be honest.
Okay,
it's not that.
Fair enough.
I mean, if you want to talk about the case, that's fine.
Well, yeah, that's more what I don't care about your experience. I wanted to talk about
okay. I thought that's what you wanted me to go through the jury duty process.
Fuck your life, dude.
First we lined up. We had to follow a series of red arrows. All right. Well, it was the Deontay Riziles.
God.
Riziles.
Such a white guy.
Ethnic name. Yeah. I think he's guilty.
All right, let me take it from there. All right, so basically, this guy Riziles was arrested on murder. His DNA was found on the belt of the lady that was stabbed in her house. She was found stabbed, I think, like 13 times in her bathtub. The DNA was found on the murder weapon, and the DNA was found on the belt that tied her together. It connected Riziles to the house. They believed it was a break-in, and he didn't know that somebody was in there. So instead of leaving like a rational criminal, he killed her. So I really bringing it up because I don't know if Wunda wants to talk about it, but I didn't know that there was somebody else that did it. Did you want to speak on that, Wunda? Yo, such a nigga, bro.
I don't know what the fuck Blaze is talking about.
I ain't telling. He said, I ain't telling, bro. I ain't telling. All right, fair enough, man. I'm just trying to make conversation. That's all.
Let me ask you a question because me and Blaze had this conversation. Do you think it's a red flag if a woman says she's into thugs?
Yes.
Good conversation.
I agree. David?
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm white, so
white
women can be racist.
What did you expect him to say? No, to perfectly
to not be into thugs.
His women hates thugs. They walk across the street, clutch the purse. All right, I don't know. Fuck.
Well, no, I mean there's a conversation there. I don't know if maybe it's a daddy issue thing. Maybe they feel like there's a connection, not a connection, a certain level of protection that they can get from somebody who teeters the line of the law that they can't get from a normal citizen. Maybe it's a status thing. You know, she see other chicks see her with the hood dude that's making money and is known to drop niggas. Maybe she's looked at like a queen. I don't really know.
I think the problem is
bad boy thing. He's the bad boy that the woman's trying to fix. That's all that's usually what it is.
I don't know if they want to fix him anymore. They're riding with them with drugs in the pussy. I don't think they want to fix him.
They're with it. I think it's a level of this. I think the problem is that women are looking for protection, right? That's what they look at men for. And the problem is that square guys have become pussies and cowards. You get what I'm saying? Like I think like even for men to find a friend who's like sort of like somebody you could count on, that's not a fucking bitch as a man, is hard to find
today.
Yeah.
People have a lot to lose sometimes, so they're not gonna. They might seem like a bitch, but they just don't want to get involved in a bar fight or.
I'm not saying I'm not saying a fight or like you gotta kill somebody. I'm just saying like going somewhere and knowing that nobody's gonna mess with you. You know what I mean? Like and a woman wants that kind of protection.
Well, I mean, if you're going out with a gangbanger, you that's the wrong kind of protection because niggas want to touch him. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's kind of counterproductive.
If they don't know anything else, though, if all they know is fucking soy boys and gangsters, which one do you think is? Yeah, which one do you think is going to offer?
I feel like they don't know the soy boys. I feel like they just like they grew up, probably liking thugs and. They just want to continue that way. Like the first people they meet are probably thugs, and the first people to go out with are thugs, and they might think it's normal for guys to get into fights or to be provoked and whatever, or provoke other people. So it's really a broad question.
I believe in their mindset of thug. They think of 8 out of the 10 that are dope dealers or scammers that makes money. So they could support them in their fabulous life of bougie life they want. No matter what the red flags come with it. If it could be shootouts, getting beat, cussed at mentally, all that stupid shit.
If she can get a Birkin tomorrow, she don't care.
Yeah. Just flashing it on Instagram.
Good point.
Great point, Wunda. Milkman said, did you guys see that lady in LA that got stabbed up in her store a bunch of times? I actually did see that story. Horrifying. Basically, she was working alone in a furniture store, and African-American gentleman walked in and took her life and pretty much just walked away, like on the most randomest type of shit. It's terrible. Asian? I don't know. I think she's white.
Did you see that story where that crazy fucking guy pushed the Asian woman onto the tracks on the subway tracks?
Did you hear about the crazier guy that cut his wife's head off because he realized that all 6 kids was his?
Wow.
No, that's a conversation. Is he crazy or was he pushed over the edge?
6 kids? You thought 6 kids were yours, and none of them found out to be yours?
I mean, when did he find out? After they weren't showing his features? Did he get a DNA test?
Obviously, after the 6th one, something.
He must have got a paternity or something for it to snap that. Like he had to find out something legit, or maybe not. Who knows? People are fucking knee-jerk reactionary now.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still a horrible thing. Shouldn't have done it, but I can understand that he was pushed over the edge. Imagine yourself. You're in this house, you're providing for your family, and one day you find out that all is not yours, and then imagine if she was putting pressure on him to make more money to provide for these 6 kids that don't even belong to him. So now this whole time she's been sleeping with other dudes, letting other dudes nut in her, and I've been taking care of that nut. Your head gotta go.
Well, I think the whole issue is that the system is too hard on the men, or way harder on the men.
They're not hard enough
in terms of divorce.
They're not hard enough on women. I believe that in the hospital at birth, DNA tests should be required for everybody, whether you think
I don't think it was in this country
or not. Huh?
I don't think that story was in this country.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, if it was here, he would have shot her.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
We have guns.
Chop her head off like a fucking Aztec warrior.
But yeah,
what the fuck is wrong with him?
Like South America.
Like an Inca.
I think a DNA test should be required at birth. Also, I think if somebody finds out after the fact that they've been taking care of a kid for 10, 18 years, that the wife owes that person reimbursement for everything that the husband or a boyfriend provided for. I think it needs to be flipped on its head. It's way too unstable mother can hold a kid over a more stable man, and when they go to court, the judge is going to give him to the mother every time. Who cares if she carried him for 9 months?
And they know that. They know that. Did you see that video of the girl who was going like, women, it's just a math problem. If you have six kids by the same baby daddy, you're only getting one source of income. And then she goes, if you have by 6 different baby daddies, that's 3. And she had like the whole math problem figured out. And it's like, then you get Yaz queens in the fucking
your child support is reduced based on how many kids you have.
But you're also getting different incomes, I guess, from different men.
Right. And they might not have other kids. So their child, like if they had kids with other women, then the child support would be reduced. Like,
because you're splitting it between.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Different kids.
But see, that's our fault as men. We need to, if we're going to fuck anything that's moving.
Huh?
If we're
no,
don't do that, because there's plenty of white baby daddies running around.
It's happening
about
all those fucking Corys and shit, and Kyles. We know what they're doing.
It's happening like crazy. Yeah,
we need to come to a place where I think Kendrick Lamar said it the best. This dick ain't free. You know what I'm saying? And if we gonna give it to you, we need to wrap it up and start having more. We need to stop having babies with these women who only think babies are a paycheck, and we see it way too much on social media. They don't love these
kids.
Tell
these dudes to know their worth.
Yeah, absolutely. Know your worth, King. Are you kidding?
We need some male empowerment.
A kid by a wrong woman will ruin your life forever. Forever. You got to deal with that forever. You know what I'm saying? And it's all because her ass was fat, so you wanted to smash. You know what I'm saying? You didn't wrap it up because condoms don't feel as good as raw sex. That's a stupid mentality, and it's even worse because who suffers the most is the kids, because now they're resented by the father. The mom only looks at them as money. So what is there to do? They end up in gangs because they don't have a real family. It's an endless cycle.
Well, we're at the point that a lot of women are they're not even they're not even taking care of the kids. I think it's because they can't naturally by themselves, and they just give up. Well, that's why a lot of these kids end up in gangs and shit, because the mother is not. A mother can't raise a boy all the way through life.
The majority no. I think
the majority no.
I think there's cases where you can have a single mother raise but that's really the mentality of the kid that she's raising. He has to already be mentally strong to deal with the fact that the father's not there, you know, and he has to physically look like, I don't want to end up like these other dudes on the block. I want to actually make something of myself.
But usually
those
kids find father figures somewhere else.
Yeah,
yes, like mentors.
It's the village thing.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
So luckily, some of them find a coach who's genuine and means well, and gets them through some kind of sport or something, or they find a drug dealer that's running the gang.
Willing to show them the ropes.
Yeah. But yeah, we need to bring back the family structure in the Black community specifically.
Yeah, nuclear family.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. All right, I guess we're gonna get out of here. We're hitting the 2-hour mark. You want to get out?
I have a discussion.
I was having fun.
Oh, you got something?
Go ahead, Wunda.
Yeah. All right. As the only parent in the room, you said a statement, Blaze, with the daddy issues.
So
I must say that's actually needs to stop being normalized to say, because it could be either side parent that could cause that same damage to a woman or a male to fuck them up when it comes to a parent.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair, and I don't have kids, but I do think the influence of a father greatly outweighs the influence of a mother when it comes to a son. And since men really will run the world, it's because we have too many fatherless around, why we have both gangsters and beta males.
And we have the discussion was about a female. A female is not necessarily could be a daddy issue more than it could be a mother issue as well.
You're right. I did say it was a female. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's something to be said about like the opposite sex.
Yeah,
Like,
that
men
boys usually
having-
the ones that have daddy issues.
You think
More
so?
than it's-
I think
Really?
it's I think
Yeah.
it's
I feel
mother
like they have
issues.
mother
No,
issues.
actually, it's daddy issues. If
I
a
don't
father's
know.
not there to
Expound.
structure them, if a father's not there to structure them, who has that mentorship? Like you said, either
If a
be
mother
coach,
is not there, who
or-
do they trust?
Because
They have like trust issues.
if they could have their father.
But if a father is always being stern and disciplined with
Is
them,
the only part that they'll probably miss is emotion, which need to say could turn
I
into
mean-
a beta or alpha. It's just up to you at that point.
okay.
I think the thing is like it's just like with men, what's happening is mother issues are destroying their relationships with all women. Which daddy issues do the same thing, but if a woman finds a good man, she's usually, she can be sort of fixed. A woman can't fix a man's mommy issues. I think a woman is only going to enable it because it's in her nature to nurture.
To nurture.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
that's what I think. I don't know.
And that's that on that, according to Chris.
TBH.
I feel like not having a mother, especially early in life, like when you're an infant, is probably more harmful than not having a male, like a father figure. That's
You think
more
so?
later in life that you know, if you have a mother, you don't have that, that closeness, from birth, like breastfeeding and all that, like just that safety net that you need as a child. I mean, the training wheels kind of come off when you get older. Like if you start out without a mother, it's very difficult to trust people or even trust teachers or anybody. Like
So basically, what you're saying is both are essential for normal life. Like
Yeah,
you
I
have
think so.
one
That's what I
that
was saying.
raises you up, and then the other one teaches you how to walk.
yeah,
Pretty much.
pretty much.
Okay, I mean I can't even argue with that.
I mean, weighing the importance of either one is like, I don't think one is more important than the other, but if I actually have to say mothers are probably more important, but still not having a father, it could be really detrimental when someone grows up and they're looking at what are the father figures out there, and they oh, it's a drug dealer, oh, it's a thug, oh, it's a KKK leader, I don't know.
Yeah, but now
Whatever.
we're even at the point where like law-abiding citizens who are men, like fathering itself is becoming feminine. Like masculine traits in fathering is seen as like old school or antiquated or whatever.
Yeah, but
the new thing is I've seen and one of your fathers, so you can attest to this. I've seen videos of fathers kissing their 10-year-old, 8-year-old in the mouth. I'm like, my dad never kissed me in the mouth. Are you kidding me? But it's looked at loving that they're doing that, and it's weird to me because it almost teaches you that male to male is normal.
There's something just weird about it.
It's just my
It is
opinion.
weird. I don't condone that. I don't do that with my kids.
Of course not.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say about that loving, but I wouldn't care how old either one of my children are. If I'm sitting down on the couch and they need to come up and be like, yo, I need a hug or something, kind of embrace, I'll never deny it.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with showing love to your kids. There's nothing wrong with hugging them and kissing them on the cheek and stuff like that. I think when it comes to kissing them on the mouth, it sends the wrong message.
Yeah,
there's a lot of fathers out here that's doing that now.
I would never kiss my child in the mouth, my son or my daughter.
It's just a different type. It's a different type of embrace. Sorry to cut you off there, Wonder, but I think it's almost like when you fall off your bike, you know what I mean? And you start crying. Usually it's your mom who's going to run up to you and, baby you, but your father is going to know like, no, he needs to be toughened up a little bit. You get up yourself.
Yeah, get back on the bike, bro.
Yeah, get back on the bike. Stop acting like a little bitch, basically.
But you see what you just said there is frowned upon today.
That's what I'm saying.
If a father does that, they're looked at like, oh, why are you being so mean to him? Are you kidding me?
I'll give you.
If I don't do this now, he can't handle the world because the world's not going to care if he scraped his knee.
Right. Another example, like I remember this is where the beginning of it was fathers forcing their sons to go into sports, some kind of sport. That was, I believe, one of the first things that was seen that was a positive thing that was turned into a negative thing by females, because the mothers were seeing their sons like not playing. Like I always tell the story that I played baseball and I hated it at first, and my dad forced me to play it.
It's a different time now, so the reasoning is a little different. Back in the day, fathers was doing it, just to put the core value in sons. It wasn't for the push of being your manager and now having millions of dollars.
Yeah, Lonzo Ball and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not, they were endorsing them. They weren't branding them back in the day more than just pushing them to be great.
But that's a great thing he did for his kids.
Yep. Great man.
His kids are going to be fucking millionaires way after they
He changed the destiny of his
millionaires. They're billionaires.
No.
If you look at the case of Will Smith and his son, where he's trying to force his son to be an actor, so sometimes fathers can be overboard, and Will Smith kind of messed up his son in that way, trying to force him to be an actor.
I'm going to be honest. I think
that was Jada.
I think Jaden's been messed up forever. Like I don't think that was Will.
Because Will, remember when
he came out the womb fucked.
Remember when Jaden was started wearing dresses, right? And Will was asked about it in an interview. He said, "We try to let our kids kind of, be free spirits, but I think on that one we let him be a little too free." Which goes to show me that wasn't his idea. I think that was Jada's idea.
Jada runs that marriage.
That was like, yeah, that's fine. Let him wear dresses. And I'm sure Will had a problem with it, as any man naturally would, seeing their son wear a dress.
Well, when your wife's been in love with a rapper that's been dead for 25 years.
Well, when your son sees your first movie and you kissing the man.
No, I think Jada's love for Tupac shows that he's still alive somewhere, because she's flying out to see him.
She's flying out to Cuba every now and then.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Flying out to Argentina.
I think that family is a good case study to look at, though, because
it's amazing.
If you look at it, Jada compared to Will is night and day. Like how many successful movies does she have? I remember her in The Matrix. You have
Set It Off.
Superstar. Set It Off. I didn't even remember her in that. I remember Queen Latifah. You know what I'm saying?
Jason's Lyric.
What?
Yeah, that's a quintessential black movie.
Hold on. I'm resetting Wonder for that one. All right. Hey, Wonder, welcome to the show. We're talking about Jada.
You've never seen Jason's Lyric?
No, are you asking me if I've ever purchased a ticket? Like I walked up to the booth and was like, "Yo,
come on!" It was legit when it came out, of course.
Oh, I've never seen that movie, man.
That's your new Charles in Charge, by the way.
Payne banged her on the counter. Her head was hitting the cash register while she was getting banged out. You never seen it?
I feel like you even lisped when you said it. Jason's Lyric.
Yo, don't do that. Wait, no. Wonder, explain this movie to me because I
don't remember the movie. I just remember she getting fucked on the counter and her head banging the cash register, and then like in the forest and shit.
Sounds like a solid movie.
Yeah.
Now I want to see it.
I feel bad for laughing now. Okay.
She looks like she looks like she has a hairy bush. By the way, am I the only one that thinks?
Nah, I don't think so.
No,
any female that shaves their head off have a hairy bush.
No,
you think it's hair somewhere?
Yeah,
they're making it up somewhere.
Those aphrodisiac chicks that cut their hair off usually have.
That's for comfort.
That's for warmth. That's the only hair they have left.
They cut their hair on their head for comfort, and they let it grow in their pussy.
Yeah,
comfort. Yeah.
No, I don't. I just feel like him being who he is Will Smith is somebody we've watched pretty much run entertainment for such a long time, yet he's acquiescing to the will of just another Hollywood chick.
This is what happened.
Angry now. He seems like he got to be an angry person.
Well, I'd be angry too if the internet bullied me for a year after my wife said she slept with a pop star.
No, you know what it is. He hates his wife and he's too nice to say it. It's gonna
He's a
ruin
nice
his image.
guy, so he can't.
Nice guy. Yeah.
The problem is his wife. And basically he spent his whole life building this fucking empire, and in a 3-minute clip on the internet, his wife destroyed it because she didn't care enough about his image.
Now
And
it's egregious that
more
she,
about her
power.
This is gonna kill him. He needs a divorce.
it's egregious
Can't do it.
that
He
she
needs to
did
get his
that.
fucking balls back.
It's
Who cares?
egregious.
Just get out.
It's egregious that she did that, but let's break down exactly what it was she did. She got this kid, August Alsina, right? This dude is mentally unstable, right? He needs a mother figure. That's what she said. And Will let this kid in the house on the pretense that Jada was trying to fix him. Meantime, she's fucking him.
She's really fixing him.
Yeah,
That's how you turn a boy into a man. Give him some Kruger pussy.
Give him some puss.
some Kruger pussy.
Kruger pussy.
Young man. But all as egregious as all that is, had it stayed behind closed doors, he could have survived this. She took it upon herself to go on Facebook, a platform that she's trying to build for herself, and tell a story that nobody needed to know. Nobody asked. And now his empire's down. Will Smith's stock is down.
She knew what she was doing when she made that video. She knew when putting that out will boost her up.
She didn't care.
And it
Will
didn't.
down.
It completely destroyed her whole family.
Yep.
Mhm.
And that's why women, when it comes to power, women can't handle that shit.
Or diabolical thinking.
Yeah, they're too selfish.
Way too selfish.
They're not benevolent. Don't you like that word, benevolent?
And that's why God's not a woman.
Thank you. Thank
You
you.
sure?
Yeah.
We'd all be dead by now.
Man.
God would never get down on his knees and suck a cock. That's a woman's act.
You're right, though.
It's not a godly act.
It's very ungodly. Actually, I prefer it not to be godly at all.
How else do you turn water into wine?
There's no way to receive a blowjob standing up without standing like a god.
Can't believe this nigga just said that.
What did you say?
He said, "How else do you turn water into wine?"
There you go. There you go. Milkman, Tupac was all man yet soft for women. Will
Tupac
is
was a
soft,
faggot.
letting his boys dress like women. Yeah, but no, wait, Milkman's onto something there, because that's also another problem. Is Jada never? I never got the feeling that she ever respected Will as a man.
He was the second option.
He
Tupac
was
died.
always portrayed as a nice guy.
And now that the time is where it is politically, feminism and this and girl power, and hey, women really, there's actually behind every great man, there's a great woman. That whole thing, it's like, yeah, she's sort of a shitty actor. He's a much better actor. He's the empire, and she threw it away because she doesn't respect him. She wanted she saw the opportunity to go. It is politically where it is now, so I could do it, and she didn't realize that it's gonna destroy her because she fell for the political horseshit.
As crazy as it sounds, I mean, I can see why people would say behind every great man is a great woman, but their definition of great woman is skewed. They see Jada and think great woman, but a great woman actually supports the decisions that her husband makes and is there for him in the things that he and the things that he does as a support system, not taking the lead.
A great woman submits to her man.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah, she destroyed her man.
By not
Yep.
submitting, yeah. She tried
If
to
the
like
man
Bill
is a
Burr
man.
If the
Sorry,
man's a man.
Go ahead,
If the
Chow. What did you
man's
say?
a man.
No, it's like the Bill Burr skit. Like, how many great men are we gonna see get destroyed? Like from
What if he's a
Yeah.
great man on camera?
yeah.
What if he's a bitch beta behind the camera?
No, Will Smith could definitely stand up to Jada and go, listen, I could get all the pussy in the world that I want.
If he could
But he's
come
not
out
probably
and say
not
he
fucking
has to
her, right?
role play as Tupac for her, he's a bitch.
Oh, you think he comes in the room with the bandana tied
Yes.
around his head?
If he says
and he tries to
feels
play
like
it off like
if he feels like
it's
he
not even there.
hyperventilates and throws up and shit, and gets angry when he has sex before he nuts, he's a beta.
That was weird that he said that he had sex so much that he throws up. I mean, how much
What?
pussy makes you throw up?
I never heard that.
Yeah, he said that. He said that he was at a point in his life where he was having so much sex that before the act he would actually hyperventilate and throw up.
Bro,
And it was
he
meaningless
fucking-
sex, he said.
he hates his wife so
Oh.
goddamn much.
100%.
Yeah, he detests her.
I wouldn't be surprised if he one day went crazy and pulled a Chris Benoit.
No, mind
Oh.
you, they both
Oh.
dapped it up in an interview when they say that it's bad marriage for life. They said they ride together, you know that Bad Boys motto, whatever
We
it
die
is.
terrible.
together.
Die together, ride together, bad marriage for life.
Well, it is
Laughed
cheaper
up
to
and-
keep her, but I mean, he's got enough money to where he could just tell her, "Yeah, take half this shit. I'm out." You feel me? I'm good.
But he has half money to do that now. But do you see Will Smith still blockbuster hitting year after year?
I mean,
now
I don't
on?
see him doing that now.
Yeah,
I'm
so
not.
I don't think he wants to pay you out.
He could go back. He's just different from this marriage. I think he'd be happier outside this marriage.
I don't
Yeah.
think
He'll
he's
go back
happy even
to-
acting too. From the book and the documentary he has on YouTube.
But what if that's what makes him a great actor? Is all the pent up frustration.
What if
That's
that's
why
making
he-
him a garbage actor?
That's
Yeah.
why he.
He used to be a loose guy. That was what made him a good actor.
When did Will Smith stop being? What movie did he stop being a good actor? That's a good question.
I mean, he did 7 Pounds, which was a good,
That was great.
serious movie.
That shit he did on Netflix.
What's really give me?
Oh,
A lot
give
of
me
people
First
gave
was
him.
his son
A
in
lot of people
movies.
gave him slack for that. It wasn't that bad, bro.
oh, that shitty alien movie.
After
was-
Earth or
yeah.
something?
No, that
No,
was
no.
bad.
That was
After
after
Earth
really
was
bad.
bad too.
garbage. But
You could
but-
probably count the bad Will Smith movies on one hand.
I'm not saying he has a bad list. I'm just saying he's falling off.
I'm not saying every movie he makes is great either. I don't think he's falling off though.
It's
well,
not
now he probably
lighthearted.
will.
He was good when he did lighthearted like shows and movies and
Look
Like
at the last thing
Hitch?
he was in.
Nah, Ali was a good movie.
Was Hitch a bad movie?
Nah, Hitch was
No.
good.
No,
Look
Hitch
what-
was pretty
I'm
bad.
just saying, look
Okay.
at him now.
Nah, Hitch was great.
Look at the
We're gonna
last
break down
project he
Hitch
did
one
now.
day. It's bad. What?
Wait, what'd you say? What?
Look at his last project now
Bel Air.
and whatever he did. Well, not Bel-Air, but we don't know how Bel-Air is yet. But
I think his
an
last
actor.
like real project was
was
Gemini.
that Netflix movie
Gemini Man. Yeah, you're right. No, yeah, Gemini Man.
or Bad
Gemini
Boys
Man.
3?
Bad Boys 3 came out last
Shit
year,
sucked.
I think. Did it? I mean, it's a trilogy on a washed up movie anyway. It's another let's recapture the 90s movie.
I'm surprised.
And
you
it
said that.
almost reminded me of
Gemini
Gemini Man.
because you were an extra.
I thought the people in the background
Bad
were
Boys
really good.
3, his little inline in the movie kind of reminded me of Gemini Man in a way.
Hmm.
It's like the same damn thing Will was doing. It wasn't that great. You seen Gemini Man?
Starring
Yeah,
Will
it wasn't bad.
Smith and Will Smith.
But that's the thing. I think he has more mediocre movies than top-notch movies. His top-notch movies are great, though. Don't get me wrong, but his list is top-notch.
Give me a
top-notch,
top-notch
mediocre.
list.
Let's
top-
come up with
Other than Independence
the
Day.
5 worst Will Smith movies.
Well,
Wild
Wonder,
West,
Wonder
number
wants the
one.
top-notch.
Wild Wild West.
Ooh, y'all think Wild Wild West was bad?
It-
Yes.
That was okay.
Out
It
of
was
his worst
alright.
movies?
I don't
It was
hate it
alright,
like everybody
bro.
else does. I'll be
It was
honest.
Out of his worst movies.
Yeah, the critics
Nah.
hit it, but I thought it was a.
No, out of his
Okay.
worst movies, no. I
mean,
put
it's-
the Alien movie before that one, and I like
I'm-
that Alien.
Which
I'll be
alien
honest,
movie?
Independence Day?
Independence Day?
No, the one on Netflix. Independence Day was a smash. Don't do that. I'm talking about the one on Netflix, the one he
Independence-
dropped.
First hour of
You put that
Independence Day was
over-
a smash.
Yeah, the first half.
Like the
of it
build
was-
up to the aliens coming was amazing.
And then after that, it fell apart.
And
No,
then John Hirsch went all Jewy.
No, he
I'm
was
pull-
Jewy from the beginning.
I'm pulling up the list. Because I can't do this with y'all. Hold on.
Area
Vultures?
51, Area 51. You knew then. And
You
still
knew
did
then.
nothing.
Okay.
Don't tell him
so
to shut up.
I'm gonna put Suicide Squad in worst movies.
Well, it's no Hancock. Top 5.
Shut the. I hate this nigga, bro. Hancock was
but
trash.
Maybe like, are we going sequels? You have to go the whole.
Oh yeah,
'cause
yeah,
I'd
yeah.
put
So
like one of the like Men in Black 3 was a really bad movie, but
Wild Wild West.
Was it?
I thought it was.
Hancock.
Yeah,
Hancock
it was
is not in the
pretty bad.
worst. Hancock was bad.
Hancock was bad. You know which one of them had that black girl in it? Which Men in Black was that?
Two. Rosario
Okay,
Dawson.
You're right. Then three was trash.
3 was bad.
3 was trash. Okay, so let's put Men in Black 3 in the worst movie list.
But I would keep the trilogy because Men in Black is a good trilogy. It's
Great
just
trilogy.
The third one sucks.
Okay, fair enough. So
Milton
okay,
said he
Wild
went on
Wild
his
West.
first date
I'll give it to
seeing
y'all. Wild
Men in
Wild
Black.
West wasn't really received right? So we'll put that in there.
It's a movie I watch as a novelty.
After Earth, definitely.
After Earth was bad.
Trash
That's
movie.
3.
Let's see what else I got here. Nah, I'm seeing
Yeah,
a
I'm
lot of
just
good
trying to
movies
think.
here, bro.
I'm just trying to think of movies.
I
Am
look,
Legend? Was I Am Legend?
great movie. Don't do that. We ain't doing that.
I'm not saying it's a bad
Great
movie, but is it?
It feels like the
Did you say it was
same.
trash?
He's playing
I'm not
the
saying
same
it's trash.
character.
No. Wunda said it was trash.
Oh, really?
Shut the fuck up. Are you what? Bro, I Am Legend, a man and his dog. What's more nobler than that?
Yeah, but we already saw that with Castaway,
Video
a man
games.
with his volleyball.
Yeah, but oh
Right.
my God.
Right.
Yeah, no, I did.
Quintessential relationship.
No,
Dead to
listen.
rights.
I Am Legend was a great
That's a good
movie.
movie.
All right, I will fight.
Game.
But he's
I'll
playing
fight
the
for that
the same sad, mopey character. He's a bummer. Like all the characters he's playing now, like are.
Yeah, he just
Same
did
thing.
King Richard. I forgot. I didn't watch that. Yet.
I didn't watch that. Collateral Beauty, that was trash.
Collateral Beauty. I don't even.
I think
know
you.
that.
I don't think
see
you even
it.
watched it. I think you're just saying it because you didn't watch it.
What, Collateral
You never
Beauty?
heard of it.
Yeah,
Y'all never heard of that movie?
Have you heard? You watched it?
No, I didn't watch it. I was just
how you know it's trash.
Because it's the one you never heard of.
Did you just say it was good? I thought.
Hey man, hey, it's for the bit.
For the bit. All right, we got 5.
We got 5. Yeah. But
So we could name
he's
3.
got a lot of great movies. Hitch, Bad Boys. I like all the Bad Boys.
Hitch is not a good movie.
Hitch is a great movie.
You seen 3?
What, Bad Boys 3?
Yeah.
No.
So you like all of them.
Yeah, but the trilogy, because the first 2 were decent. Well, the first one was good.
2 was my favorite though.
Actually, 2 was way better than
2
1.
That was
2
one of
was
those
way
where you,
better
could,
than 1.
where you could say,
Yeah.
yo, the sequel was banging. Yeah. So all right. So I'm putting
Actually,
that
2
season.
2 is a really funny movie.
2 is a great movie.
I gotta- yeah.
2 was
I
the
gotta
best
give
one
that.
out the trilogy.
Storyline,
He's
everything
not
was good.
Welcome here.
Yeah.
I
love when the guy. I love when the guy kills the guy, and then the mom goes, "What happened, Mama? He killed himself.
He killed himself. I
So
don't know.
sad, so sad. Send his
The-
mother some flowers."
The Pursuit of Happiness was a great movie. 7 Pounds surprised me. That was a great movie.
Pursuit
That was
of
great.
Pursuit of Happiness is a
tear
really
when you
good
watched
movie.
it, right?
What'd you say?
I think you said you shedded a tear when you watched that movie.
I did not say that. But
I said I shedded a tear when he got the job in Pursuit of Happiness.
oh, that was Chris that said that.
Yeah, I stand by that. I stand by
Little
that.
bitch.
I stand by it. That and when he kills his dog in I Am Legend. That got me
That
the
was
first
sad.
time. The first time. Now it doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother you now.
I don't know
Yeah.
why. The first time it just hit me because I was like, oh fuck, he has to kill his dog.
Bitch.
Shit. Go ahead.
I think one of my favorite Will Smith movies would probably be Enemy Estate. That was really good.
That's an
Enemy
underrated movie.
Great.
That's a
fucking
really
movie.
good movie, actually. Yeah.
A lot of people didn't like iRobot. Loved it. Loved
I
it.
still gotta watch it all the way through.
What? You haven't seen it all the way through? You're crazy.
I catch it like always at certain points, and then it loses me
You're
somewhere.
crazy. Ollie's always going to be a classic.
That sucked.
Why?
You
'Cause
think
it's
Ollie
Ollie.
sucked?
I didn't say it
Well,
sucked.
I like boxing. And
I just
it's
wanted
a-
to defend it.
It's a piece about one of the greatest boxers ever to live. So yeah, it was a good movie. You know what I mean?
I mean, it could have played better. I mean, it's not like Jamie Foxx and Ray.
Right.
That was the perfect depiction.
Right.
Right.
So
somebody.
that's why I want to
Yeah.
say it's
That's
a
the
classic.
standard
It's like
if
you
you're gonna
gave
play
it a.
someone that great.
But
Yeah.
so y'all gonna sit there and act like he didn't play Ali pretty good.
No.
Pretty
Who
good,
else
but
was
it
gonna
wasn't
play Ali?
classic.
Anyone.
It's not like
Name
Ray.
him.
I
Name
don't
him.
know, but
he played-
it's just it wasn't that good of an
I think he
Ali.
played a caricature of Ali. It wasn't really
You guys are
like
nuts.
in depth.
You guys are crazy. Yeah,
Like he was, you could tell he was probably doing that method acting shit.
If it was supposed to be on the level of a Ray, hands down, it's not a classic. If it's supposed to be with that,
I gotta give you that because Ray was such a great movie.
Ray was like identical.
Yeah,
To
he
it was
nailed
like
that movie.
watching fucking Ray Charles for real.
For sure.
Like I have a hard time seeing Jamie Foxx as normal now. Like I see him.
That's
as
how
Ray
good he
Charles.
played the movie.
Yeah, seriously.
You know what? Let's get into it now. Why don't you like Hitch, Chris? What's wrong with Hitch?
First, I always have a problem with movie. Like there's always this fake kind of like racial like harmony that they tried to play off where it's
Ebony
like
and Ivory.
yeah, where they always have a movie where a black guy teaches a white guy to dance. You know what I mean? And then
White man
it's
can't
like
jump.
yeah, it's
teach
like
him how to flirt or get a girl.
yeah, and then it's like it's all bullshit that women made up. Like I feel like a woman wrote that movie. Did one?
That's why you really don't like it because it's a chick flick.
I don't like it either.
Hitch was giving advice that a woman would give to a man.
But hold on, let's stay there. That's why it didn't work. His advice didn't work for Kevin. Kevin had to figure it out himself.
But now we're supposed to believe that all these fucking lame old men that he was helping before all got those women on their own, and it wasn't anything to do with Hitch.
Yeah,
that basically
that was the whole
It's
thing.
feminine writing. It's feminine writing. I hated it.
I get where you're coming from, but in their writing they exposed themselves because their at the end didn't work. The men that he put these women with had to figure it out after he left, and once they figured it out, they kept the woman. Same thing with Kevin.
Yeah, but
it didn't work, and then Kevin had to be himself and be a man, and then it worked.
No, because remember the other ones, the women were like coming at him screaming with the lame guys that they were with and yelling at Hitch at the end. Like
I think that did happen.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like your deception worked on me. Like
so maybe all his advice before sucked because he was feminine advice.
But remember, he was bad with women.
Yeah.
Hitch himself.
He was bad
with one woman who saw through his BS, but I mean, it worked on
only
everybody
because she
else.
got kicked off a jet ski. Roundhouse was serious.
That's what did it. Knock some sense into there. That's funny.
Well, it's like the whole date he took her on. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's
coming on a little too strong, buddy.
You want to marry her?
Yeah.
Wasn't she a reporter doing a story about how she's not going to be like picked up by him?
I think she was doing something like that.
It was a really it wasn't a generic script at all.
Listen,
That's
I
never
get it,
happened in a movie.
but it was
writing an article.
It was a chick flick, Chris. So I mean, I understand why you didn't like it, but you know, rom-coms. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. I mean, Hitch. Yeah, it just wasn't a.
Can you tell me a rom-com that you do like?
I like The Breakup with Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, it's Vince. Never seen it, but I'm
Chris
sure it's
likes
great.
The Notebook.
Nah.
The Notebook. This shit is sick.
And Sex in the City.
I like The Lake House. No, I'm telling you, Lake House sucks. I was just joking. Okay. I'll tell you, I told you the movie that I watch every time it comes on is A Walk to Remember. It gets me every time.
A Walk to Remember.
Yeah,
he did say that.
Okay, fair enough.
Does she die at the end? I forget.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why he likes it.
She does her duties and she gets out of here.
Aladdin. Great movie.
What?
Great movie?
Oh, bad movie? Oh, great. Oh.
You're joking, right?
I didn't even see it.
Hold on.
You didn't see
You guys
Aladdin?
got to name some bitch movies you like.
Will
You
Smith.
can't let me
Will
just
Smith.
sit out here on a limb.
I don't
Oh
watch
wow, you're the
bitch
only
movies,
one here.
bro.
What are you talking about? I don't watch no bitch movies.
Yeah, you do. There's everybody has one. What's your
yeah.
rom com? You asked me.
Um,
What's your favorite rom com? That's the question.
is American Pie, is that a rom com?
No,
No.
It's just
that's
comedy.
a raunchy
It's
raunchy
frat
teen
house
movie.
humor.
Yeah.
What about Meet the Fockers? Oh no, you know what rom com I like? Damn, what's the one with? Is Dodgeball a rom com?
No,
No, man.
that's a straight comedy. What is the romantic part?
There's something about Mary.
Yeah,
I
That's a
suppose.
rom-com.
good one.
But that's not a bitch movie.
It's not. It's
No,
Okay, now I gotta look at the list. This is gonna bother me because I know one. Hold on.
because I feel like something about Mary is like genuinely funny.
yeah, but it's still a rom com because he's
That's
trying
what makes
to
it the
get this
com
girl
with
the
the
whole
rom
time.
part.
50 First Dates.
Rom com. Okay.
That's
Rom-com.
but that's another one that's like it's not embarrassing to
Because it's
admit to.
because it's funny. It's not a rom com.
No, I'm not
Oh,
saying it's not
he
a rom
wants
com.
cheesy one.
Yes, you have to
easy.
name
I
a
don't-
lame one.
I really
Like
don't
I
know if
did.
I like any lame ones. I mean, you think Hitch is lame? That's a rom com. I like Hitch.
Okay, that's one.
All right,
I don't know. This.
Nothing.
nothing, huh?
All right.
What about the 40-year-old? Nah, that's comedy. Never
No,
mind.
that's just straight comedy.
I don't know what I was thinking.
I'm trying to think of a good rom com. I guess I don't know many.
Oh, Boomerang. That was a rom com, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Boomerang.
You know
was
what?
great.
Boomerang wasn't a bad movie.
It was a great movie.
Yeah.
Mr.
Hey,
and Mrs. Smith. That's a rom com. It's right here in Google. Love it.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh,
it's a
shit.
rom com.
Okay.
Great movie.
That's not something to be embarrassed about.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right.
Couples Retreat. That's a rom com.
Not embarrassing though, is it?
That's not embarrassing.
I don't think that movie was very good though. That movie sucked actually. It should have been better.
It's Love and Basketball. Is that?
Yeah. No, it's not a comedy though.
Oh, it's not a comedy.
Yeah.
Not that one that was about a Greek wedding.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Yeah, My Big Fat Greek Wedding. That was all right.
Well, you know what? How about not rom coms, but just
about Love Don't Cost
chick
a Thing?
movies, chick flicks.
Chick
That's
flicks.
that's it.
Chick flicks.
Like
I'm
My
sure.
Best
I'm
Friend's
sure
Wedding.
there's a chick flick that I like. Hold on.
Like A Walk to Remember. I admitted that's a chick flick, straight chick flick. Embarrassing. Like I want to kick myself in the nuts for that.
There was a time. It's not a chick flick. It's more of a chick show. There was a time where I was involved for a season in Bad Girls Club.
This motherfucker said involved.
I was
You were
involved in Black Girls Club. Oh, I got it embarrassing.
That's pretty embarrassing. Not
Oh
gonna
my
lie.
god.
Feminine entertaining. Go.
You
go
guys are
ahead.
gonna kick me out the chat.
Entertainment.
The Sisterhood of Traveling Pants.
That's not for you to go. But I got one that beats that though, honestly. It's called 2-1 Food. Thanks for everything, Shelly Newmar.
What is that?
What is that? I don't.
It's a movie where it was on Patrick Swayze, Wesley Snipes, and John Leguizamo as drag queens.
All right, it's John Leguizamo. I'm sold.
Okay. Dirty Dancing. That was a great chick flick.
Dirty Dancing. Yeah, I guess that's pretty embarrassing.
How Stella got her groove back.
Nah, that's a cult class. I ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. Stella was great.
David, what do you got?
Titanic.
What a Woman Wants, the Yaya Sisterhood.
Do you like these movies? Or are you just naming
No, I
them?
don't. I'm just trying to find
Yeah,
ones that
you
I'd be embarrassed to say I like.
No, give me one that you like. That's embarrassing. I'll give you one. I'm a queer for
I
this
like
one.
I like all Disney movies.
That could just be childish though. Depends. You gotta give me a specific one.
Like,
Xenon.
I'll give you-
them.
I'll
I'll
watch
give you-
Xenon whenever.
I'll give you a
any
good
day
one.
of the week. I'll watch Frozen just because it's a Disney movie.
I watch
So
Frozen.
I'll watch
Love
it.
Frozen. Great movie.
Frozen.
Yeah.
All right, I'm kind of
Bridget
ashamed
Jones
of you.
Diary.
And Shanto, the new one that came out, I watched it 3 times already since it's been out.
Chris, don't shame Frozen
Where's
until you watch it. Bro.
Bruno?
Fair point. Fair
Yes,
point.
I didn't watch that.
I'll give you one. Mean Girls.
Oh, you're a faggot.
I think Mean Girls is a decent movie. You don't think Mean Girls was? Huh?
Legally Blonde.
No, you're gayer than me.
Oh, y'all seen the movie Superstar?
No.
That's one.
Is that like Glitter?
No, it's a comedy.
Please don't tell me you went to go see Mariah Carey and Glitter.
Me? No, I never saw that.
Thank God. You know what I did see though, right?
What?
Zac Efron 17 again.
You
Ugh.
saw it in the movie theater? Hopefully with a bitch.
You liked it, didn't you?
It wasn't that bad. What do you want me to do?
You saw it on a date?
Huh?
You're not-
Was it a date you watched that at?
Yeah, I was on a date.
You're a fan.
Yeah, but the date had nothing to do with it because his voice went up when he said it wasn't that bad.
He was involved in the movie.
I was involved in the movie.
He was involved in it.
All right, man. I think Zac Efron's a swell guy.
How about Runaway Bride? Richard Gere and Julia Roberts.
Wow. You're
Yeah.
a little faggot.
And listen,
What was that?
Runaway Bride. Richard Gere.
what was that? Why? Oh, I'm like, why was Putin on the screen? What just happened?
He eliminated me.
Makes sense.
Never been
Oh,
kissed.
closer to 40. Yikes.
The Devil Wears Prada.
Oh,
What is
please
that
don't-
movie?
Oh,
about?
I've watched. Yo, The Devil Wears Prada. I guess that's my movie then.
Is that a good one?
Oh,
Yeah, I
Is
like
it good?
it. I
Okay.
like it, yeah.
All right. You're a bitch.
but that's just a
Anne
rough one on
Hathaway.
its face.
And
Like to
Hathaway's
like.
in it. Meryl Streep's in it.
Are you trying to sell us on
Stanley
this?
Tucci.
I think so. He said Meryl Streep. Like we were supposed to be like,
So are you? I feel like he's inviting us to a pride parade. He's trying to sell us on this horse shit.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I watched
Did you say
Princess
Anne
Diaries when I
Hathaway?
was younger. Yeah.
Yo, where'd Chow go, man?
Chow just excused himself.
He said, I gotta go.
Yeah, he busted one after I said Anne Hathaway. That's
He caught a chub.
Let's see. Milkman C. The Devils Wear. Why do I keep saying the Devils? Devil Wears Prada is very good.
Thank you, Milkman.
I think Titanic would have to be my number one. Though.
No, man. For like 2 hours straight, it's pure murder and shit. That's not.
Shout
And
out
more
to
murder than romance.
It's still a
Milkman C again. Mean Girls was good. Thank you,
look,
sir.
man.
I told you.
Come on, bro.
Yeah. Dawson's Creek.
Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa.
Well,
Did
yeah, you going
watch
too
Buffy
far.
too?
Milkman. I said things that embarrass you, not things that hurt you to the core and make you clear.
All right. Is Twilight bad?
Yes.
Twilight's a bad one. Yeah.
All right, I'm not.
You
gonna
liked
say
it?
Twilight.
He's like, I'm not gonna say it, man.
Come on, man. The vampires are shiny.
Oh man.
They were translucent.
Oh man. Nah, she was such a whore in that movie. It made me hot.
I think I seen every Anne Hathaway movie because I was gonna say Ella Enchanted.
Oh, this guy. So you're just an Anne Hathaway fan?
I think you really like Anne Hathaway.
I think so too.
I didn't like her as Catwoman though.
What? Really?
Yeah, she
That
was
was in-
boring.
That was in the new ones, right?
Yeah,
Didn't they kind of like unsexualize her a little bit?
of course.
Yeah, because she used to be a fucking.
Nah, Wunda.
What
I know you
woman
like
won?
Clueless. I know you like Clueless, Wunda. Come on, don't lie.
Yeah, I like Clueless.
All right, there you go. I like Clueless too.
Yeah.
Clueless?
Yeah.
What's that?
That
That's a
is
TV
the-
show, right?
No,
It was a movie
first, yeah, and then they made it
Ah.
into a TV show. Yeah, but most of these movies suck that I see on here. So we only picked a
Yeah.
handful.
Any chick flick with Vince Vaughn, pretty much. I like.
I don't. Once you put Vince in it, it's a comedy.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's a comedy.
They struck gold with him. The Breakfast Club. That's a good one, Alex.
It's a trash movie all around.
Get the fuck out of here.
Fuck the Breakfast
It's a
Club.
great white cinema, sir.
Terrible. These fucking nerdy wells. Fucking bitch ass high school bitches with their bitch ass problems.
God damn.
Yeah, no.
Remember the hot chick with Rob Schneider?
The hot chick. Rob Schneider sucks.
I don't watch any Rob Schneider movie unless
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler, yeah.
Damn.
Adam has to be the lead.
So no Deuce Bigelow, Mill Gigolo?
Oh,
Oh no,
nah.
I gotta give him the Deuce.
Lame.
What? You don't like Deuce? What?
Joe Dirt or Deuce Bigelow?
Ooh, he asked a hard question.
Joe Dirt?
Joe Dirt.
Joe
I'm about
Dirt.
to go with Joe.
Joe Dirt
Dirt
is
is
way
the
funnier.
original fucking Tiger King.
Joe Dirt's a classic, bro.
David
Are you
Spade
kidding
is a
me?
much funnier person than Rob
It's his
Schneider.
voice.
Yeah.
It is his voice.
Because they both do like that similar like dry humor, but David
What-
Spade is better at that.
What's your favorite part of that movie, Joe Dirt?
Joe Dirt. I don't know why. Remember when he finds out his name, but then he runs into that like fucking Bayou guy, and he does the home and where you make it. Home and where you make. I don't know why that was so funny to me.
Okay, mine would have to be where he thought he found a meteor, but it turned out to just be an airplane shitball.
Was Joe Dirt the same movie where he got into the trucker driver's car and went to the house and found like a mutant in the basement?
No.
No, I don't think
Damn, what movie was
That's
that?
some other shit.
That was Harold and Kumar.
Ah.
that was another great. That's a great weed movie.
So Joe Dirt was
Joe Dirt was when he was trying to find his family.
No, I'm sorry. It was just funny where with how they left him at the Grand Canyon.
Just the premise.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was like questioning it the whole time. They were like, "No, we just left you."
Yeah.
Wasn't that big of a deal. We just turned around and you were in the car.
What about the thing where he's fucking his he thought it was his sister, and he still fucks her anyway, and then he tries to fuck her, and he's like, "It's not working," and she has to say, "I'm your sister."
Just pretend I'm your sister. All right. That was the time he escaped that serial killer.
Yeah, that was funny.
He put him in the. What's your problem, man? It puts the lotion on the skin.
Buffalo
Or
Bill.
else to get hosed again. Yeah, Joe Dirt's a great movie though. White classic for sure. Top 5 white classic.
That's not a great movie. It's funny.
Nah,
Good
it's great.
movie.
Great white classic.
You got to realize it's a white classic from a black man.
Yeah. That's
Okay. I see.
Yeah, it's top 5.
Thank you. My brother.
Top 5. Jesus.
Top 5 on the black list of white funny
cinema.
movies.
Okay.
Superbad's number 1.
You might be right.
It's interesting. Let me see where you guys go with this.
Superbad's pretty damn good.
Superbad? Like, you don't think Superbad was funny?
No, it is. I don't know, but it's not
I don't know.
Not
If
top
top
5 for
white
you?
classic.
I don't know if it's number 1 though.
Bro, this man said...
Maybe comedy. Maybe comedy.
Said, McLovin? It's the only one name? Like, what are you, Seal? Take that fucking vest off. You look like Aladdin.
That was funny.
Why didn't you
All right,
make me some
one might be right.
Muhammad?
That might be number 1.
Muhammad is a fucking popular name, jackass.
Pineapple Express.
It's one of the most popular names in the world. Read a book.
Pineapple Express. I'll say it again since somebody acknowledged.
No.
No.
What?
There was funny parts, but it wasn't. Yeah. Ish.
Joe Rogan films to me is not. Seth Rogen. Sorry, Seth Rogen films
This
is
is-
not.
This is the problem I
Not
get with Pineapple Express. It was one of those movies where like Seth Rogen was like, you could tell he was infatuated with that. Like, hey man, we're smoking weed on camera. Like that's what it was more about.
That's what it was about. It
Hot
wasn't even
Tub
that.
Time
Aren't we
Machine.
cool?
Ooh, Hot Tub Time Machine. That's a good one. Is
Never
that
saw it.
indie?
Hangover?
Never saw it. Hangover's up there.
Hangover.
Is that a white
The
movie?
first one.
White Tub Time Machine?
I don't know if that's a
Hot
white
Tub?
movie.
Hot
Craig
Tub Time Machine's not a white
Craig
movie?
I
Robinson
don't hear it
kinda,
much.
Oh yeah.
Craig
No, there's
Robinson
a-
kind of put it together though.
There's a colored in there. Can't name that one.
Wow.
Why that kind of word though?
Oh, Hangover. No,
Yes.
Mike Tyson was in it.
Chow said Hangover, but he was more of a cameo. Robinson was a main actor.
But he was kind of the black guy in the white movies.
Mr. Chow was
I didn't want to call him Token.
Well, then you got
because
to put
he's
in
actually
This Is
funny.
the End as well. That was a pretty good movie.
This the end was all right.
I don't know if it was. Yeah, it was all right. I don't know if I think
Superbad was the only good Seth Rogen movie.
they
Who?
killed Rihanna in like the first
Superbad.
2 minutes. I didn't appreciate that.
Yeah, they killed a lot of celebrities in that movie. I think all of them,
Half-Baked.
actually.
Milkman C said Half Baked was better.
How High was probably going to be my favorite high movie to
Oh,
watch.
the #1 weed movie,
Yeah.
100%.
All right, let me and David do best black movies now.
Have at it.
Black movies? Okay.
Ever? All?
Yeah.
Like, are we just doing comedies?
No, whatever you feel, bro. Top 5 black movies. Give me a
I'm
top
gonna go
5.
Boys in the Hood.
Ugh.
You didn't like that one then?
No.
Not number one, but it's up there.
No particular order.
Coming to America? Would
Okay.
Trading Places go on the list because of the weed?
No, Dan Aykroyd was in it.
And he was the lead. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Friday,
Next Friday.
Barbershop.
The Friday after that.
Let's talk about
All right,
Let's
all
talk
right.
about
Slow
Friday
down.
and next Friday real quick.
Slow down, child. What happened?
Which one's better? Chris Tucker,
Don't do
Ice
it.
Cube, Mike Epps.
Ice Cube, Chris Tucker.
Chris
All right,
Tucker.
Ice
Chris
Cube and
Tucker
Chris
easily.
Tucker. Yeah. That was
Easily.
magic.
Bruh, Day saved Friday.
Don't get
He
me
could make
wrong.
the third one.
Day Day was great, bro, but nothing compares to Smokey. I'm sorry, Smokey. That's you back there taking a shit. He said, "Yeah, this is classic."
It's like there's too many, even like the classic, because we say it all the time. Like if Blaze leaves, we always do the, hey, come back.
Oh, look at Milkman. Milkman C. Snow on the Bluff. It's cemented.
Best black movie ever.
Cemented. Top
Best
5
black
black movie.
I don't know
100%.
why I ever showed this man that damn movie.
And also, Menace to South. Don't Be a Menace to South Central is the worst black. Not only the worst black movie, the worst movie ever made.
Are you
Horrendous. Horrendously
There's
bad.
so many great scenes in there.
That
Do
was
No,
the
there's not.
we
first of
have
the-
a problem?
No, but it's a funny movie. It was the first of the Wayne parody movies, but
No. I'm talking. No, not the comedy one. I'm talking about. That's Don't Be a Menace to South Central. I'm talking.
Yeah,
Oh wait, Menace to Society. My bad.
Menace
My
to
bad.
Society.
That's what I was
oh
thinking.
yeah,
Of.
yeah, that was
Yeah, I
Jesus,
get
my bad. Horrible movie.
South Central, the movie was cool. That was
I
cool.
can't believe Milkman brought up Snow on the Bluff.
Straight out of
That's
Compton.
hilarious.
Yeah, because he knows.
Straight out of Compton, top 10 best black movies.
Nah, it's
It
up
was
there.
pretty good. It was pretty good.
Top 10
But
maybe.
Wait,
no.
We gotta stop polluting the conversation. What do we? This is on Chris and General Chow.
How did the drum line do? I kind of like the drum line.
Ah!
That's why I stopped them.
You know what, Chow? I got this. Drum line,
That drum.
You gotta feel that drum. You gotta.
Yeah, that's the worst part. You gotta bang your drum.
See, from here, I'm not
No,
sure.
it's the part that he didn't even have a line. He said, "You gotta."
Oh yeah, because all white people need black guys to teach them how to fuck. Well, we're just gonna do it through drums.
Yeah,
All right.
duh. You only know because you're half.
Maybe that's a theory.
Milkman said Drumline was good, but I was also in band. Oh, Milkman.
Yeah, same.
played
I
the
got
tuba,
caught up
huh,
in the
Milkman?
drumline time.
You played the tuba?
Barbershop was pretty good.
Barbershop
What was
is
your
the
instrument?
last. Barbershop is the last great black comedy ever made.
You shut your face.
Give me one that's been a great black comedy that's been made since Barbershop
Since Barbershop?
that can stand up to
Barbershop?
Barbershop. Yeah. We're
Barbershop
talking-
was a great movie.
You just changed the conversation. You said that could stand up to Barbershop. There's been other great black movies.
Get Out.
Oh, Space Jam.
Space
All
Jam
right.
is a black
Listen.
movie.
Now y'all being funny.
Yeah,
Space
it's-
Jam is 100% a black movie. You kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Michael Jordan. All the
What?
basketball players?
Funniest
And
movie or
Foghorn
funny black
Leghorn?
thing? Anything, Chris?
What?
Like the funniest black movie since
No.
Barbershop or TV show too?
The last great movie since the last great black comedy ever made. I'm talking in terms of this. It was the last black comedy that actually pushed the limits of what's offensive and what's actually funny and what like black comedies usually don't talk about.
ATL?
The Cedric the Entertainer character, basically.
ATL?
ATL.
It's not a
I don't
funny
know if
movie,
that's
though.
comedy. It had
I was
funny
talking about
parts.
the show.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
gotta be
know.
a comedy.
It won freaking awards and all too. The Danny Glover
How
ATL
about
show.
head of the state? Chris Rock.
Django.
Yeah, I was thinking Django. Yeah.
Django. Is that
I
a
don't know if that's
comedy?
comedy?
That shit was
I think it's
comedy.
hilarious.
It was hilarious, but I don't think it was a comedy.
I think it was supposed to be a comedy.
Oh, no.
See, Chris, I can't let you do that. Keanu. Hilarious.
Fuck out of here.
What?
I'm talking in terms of Barbershop pissed off civil rights leaders
Okay, so you're talking
because
about
of the
that.
jokes. I'm talking in terms of what's pushing the culture and what's pushing the boundaries. Keanu was like a cutie movie.
When did Barbershop come out?
2008, maybe? I'm just guessing.
Mm.
I just threw out a fucking year. I don't even know. I'll look it up. Hold on.
Well, no. It came out before because Beauty Shop came out in 2005. Terrible movie.
Yeah.
So it had to be before that.
Name a great black comedy that's as funny as Barbershop. That's come out after that. 2016. No, that's the last one that came out. That's when it got all woke.
Hold on. I'm
2002.
Something with Samuel Jackson.
Soul Plane.
Soul
I can't even help you there, Blaze.
Y'all didn't like Soul Plane? Are you kidding me?
No.
Come on, bro. It's in
Death at a
syndication.
you should have just said death at a funeral. That would have been better.
White chicks.
White chicks.
Huh? Huh?
I don't find it that funny, to be honest. I know a lot of
Mm.
people do, so I'm not gonna hate on it, but
2008. Welcome
Funnier?
home, Roscoe Jenkins.
That
funnier
was
than
fun.
Barbershop.
Big Mama's House.
I can't say it's funny in a barbershop.
Oh, which one was that? Or was that a black movie? Yeah, that was.
That was a black movie, 100%.
The only person that wasn't was Paul Giamatti. He played a cop. Great actor, by the way. The most underrated actor ever. Paul Giamatti.
Now, mind you, there was all races in Barbershop too.
True.
Who? The
The white boy
barber?
barber and the the Spanish barber.
You can't count that. That's
Why not?
diverse.
Those are
That's diverse.
That's black.
wow.
You can't count them as black when you want them to.
The white one.
The white barber?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
no,
what?
I know him. He's the only white guy though.
Sorry to bother you.
You didn't bother me.
No, the movie. Y'all never seen that movie, the call service movie?
I've never seen that movie.
Nah.
Oh my God! See, that's why you don't know anything.
Are we there yet?
Nobody
Was it
knew it.
bad?
Y'all should know. Sorry to bother you.
I checked if everybody was muted for a second when you said sorry to bother you. That's how little.
All right, I know y'all saw Soul Man,
Soul Man was funny.
and it was 2008. Come on,
It has
Give it to me.
Lakeith Stanfield in it.
nah, that's
That's
No, I'm
Bernie
talking
Mac
about-
and Samuel
talking about-
Jackson.
That came out after Barbershop.
Yeah, 2008. Funny as shit.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
Let's go. Let's go.
Snakes on a Plane. Now that was great.
Was it-
Samuel Jackson. The premise hilarious.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Snakes on a Plane. Did it just pop out everywhere?
We don't talk about that movie, Chow.
Yeah, Django.
Was-
Django is a black comedy.
Wow, they have it in the black comedy?
Yeah.
That might have to be number
Samuel
one.
Jackson should get
How about-
an award for that one.
Really? That's under black comedy?
Yep.
That's shocking.
Crazy. That's very shocking.
How about Mr. 3000?
Eh,
It was alright.
that could not come out before Barbershop. That came
That's
out before
they
3000?
put that movie out too late. They
Oh.
should have because that
OJ
'cause baseball
Simpson
movies were big
agrees.
in the 90s.
Space Jam is the greatest black movie ever.
Yeah, you
I don't
got
know.
you got to go.
I don't agree that's a black movie.
Who said that? OJ Simp? What up,
Yeah.
OJ Simp? Thanks for coming. Now you got to go. The fuck?
So
Pulp
was it
Fiction is
was
a
it-
black movie?
was
A
it
black
all
comedy?
black people doing the CGI
Nah,
work?
John Travolta.
I don't think so.
Oh yeah.
Fuck up, Chris.
It was Japanese, like we all know.
Hey, Ride Along wasn't that bad.
Ride Along?
Yeah, Kevin
Ice
Hart,
Cube.
Ice Cube.
Ice
How
Cube
about
and Kevin
how
Hart.
about First Sunday?
Oh, that was Cat.
It was
No,
alright.
that was Tracy Morgan and
And
Ice Cube?
Ice Cube.
Yeah, that wasn't that bad
what
Why are
about all
black,
about the Benjamins?
great black movies with Ice Cube?
because he's a great cube vision. What'd
All
you say?
about the
Wunda?
Benjamins?
Oh, hilarious. What year was that?
That was 90s, I think, right?
Yeah, I think that was 90s. That's before
Late
Barbershop.
90s or early
It
2000s.
was early 2000s. Let's see.
Roscoe was pretty good. Not a barbershop though. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to stick with
Yeah,
what I said.
2002.
Soul Men takes
But was
Barbershop.
now let me ask you this question. Was Soul Men, because I'm trying to remember fully, was it edgy? Did it push the boundaries
I mean,
of black culture is what I'm saying.
it's hard for me. I haven't seen the movie in so long time, but I'm gonna guess only because Bernie was in it. Bernie didn't really do anything other than push boundaries.
Okay, maybe.
Tell me something Bernie did that wasn't pushing boundaries. Even his
Mr.
show was
3000.
pushing boundaries.
Guess who? Mr. 3000.
Are you using that now as a positive after you shit on me earlier for it?
Well,
You
it
fucking-
fits the,
You fucking lefty commies.
it fits the description of what he says.
They're
Yeah.
liberals.
So I'm bringing it back up.
Major Payne's a classic, but that's 95.
Oh yeah, great black movie, The Many Saints of Newark.
Yo, what time is it? Can I go now?
I feel like I've been betrayed.
The Many Saints of New York.
Black
That's
Panther.
That was a comedy.
Oh,
Was
yeah.
to me. Was to me.
Shut the fuck up.
Black superheroes, come on. Other than Hancock,
This advanced black nation in Africa just
Black-
goes unnoticed.
Black
Hey, hey,
Dynamite.
hey Blaze, does it bother you that I accept Hancock as a black superhero but not Black Panther?
Yes, 100%. It does. You asshole.
He was the black Superman.
No, he wasn't. He was a guy with superpowers that a white woman was his crutch.
His
The movie was
kryptonite was
bullshit.
white women. Yeah.
Yeah.
A white woman.
Isn't that Superman? Lois Lane? Yeah.
Yeah, but she was boring.
I mean,
At least the white woman on Hancock was all right, no?
Listen, Black Dynamite, 2009.
Life was a funny movie.
Oh, Life is hilarious.
Life was a good movie.
You know how many people don't know about that movie?
Yeah, I know.
I've been bringing it up lately because I watched it again recently, and it's one of the funniest movies ever.
No, but real talk, y'all really need to watch the Sorry to Bother You movie.
Sorry to bother you.
Yeah.
All right, I guess I'll try that.
I'm trying it out. That's Lakeith Stanfield, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It looks like it could be funny. Yeah, anytime you put a black man in a sweater vest, you got gold.
Dope
Comedy
was
gold.
actually a great movie. Dope.
Dope was actually a good movie.
Dope was a good
yes.
movie.
It was all right.
It was a good movie.
I guess it was a different twist on the whole like, sort of gangster kind of thing.
Yeah,
Roll
it
Bounce shouldn't even be in this list.
Like Mike. Like Mike.
was- Like Mike
good.
was a good movie. That's a kid movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it was a good movie because we were kids. We watched that today. It's trash.
I
Oh,
watched it the other day with my kids. It was it still holds a little weight.
I can't believe I forgot. My favorite black movie ever is Lean on Me.
All right, guys. I didn't even know why I fixed my camera. I gotta go.
You don't like that movie? Lean on Me is a great movie.
It was a good movie. I'm not gonna do that to Chris. It was a good movie. You know what I mean?
Mr. Clark is a classic character.
Yeah, that was the one with the principal who had to clean up the school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good movie.
And it was about a black school. That was.
What did you like about that movie, Wunda?
Only movie I like Morgan Freeman is when he plays God. You understand me?
And Bruce Almighty. Yeah, but he was a lazy god that couldn't do his job. So he had
So
to
he
get a
passed it
white
off.
guy.
He passed it off to the last person here and complained. He was like,
Wait,
"All right,
what's as good as a black god? Just a regular white guy. Go ahead.
Jim Carrey.
you know what?
Yeah.
Only you can make that correlation."
The fucking dick.
Oh,
You just get a white guy to fill in for a black god. No big deal.
Terrible.
He'll handle it.
Well, the West
goofy
End was
white
kind
guy.
of the opposite. So,
Yeah, he fucked it all up, right?
yeah.
Oh man, Cool Runnings. That was a great movie.
Great.
Yes,
They-
man. For our culture, dog.
Chris.
No,
Chris.
No, hold on.
Chris,
Chris,
my
my
egg guy.
bobsled team.
Even
Son,
David
you
knows it.
did. But no. The
Cool
only
Runnings.
thing I have to remove points for the culture that there was no real Jamaicans in the movie.
Look, I know that's a point of contention, especially amongst the real Jamaicans, but come on.
I think there was one.
Come
Yeah,
on,
you're
we
making a woke argument right now. You're
One of
making
them
a-
was-
No, I'm not.
Yeah, he is. He's looking
Yeah.
for representation. Are you kidding
No,
me?
let me tell you why. Because
All
it
right, go
wouldn't
ahead.
have bothered me if they did good Jamaican accents. They sounded like fucking Africans that were
All right,
starving.
I'm looking this up. Let's see. Let's see if there's any Jamaicans in this shit.
The part where
Yeah,
I knew
shot.
he goes, this
The film was
this
shot
ain't
in
no.
Jamaica.
He goes, this ain't no push cart derby. Who the fuck talks like that?
It was shot in Jamaica.
Damn it, they couldn't get no Jamaicans.
Yeah.
That's
And we
crazy.
couldn't get a fucking Beanie Man cameo at least. Jesus.
I'll give y'all a great one. Beverly Hills Cop, the whole series. I love it all.
I guess I can't argue. But Cool Runnings definitely for the culture. Bringing the whole actually that whole story of that team was worthy of making a movie.
Yeah, it was. Blue Streak. Y'all remember that?
Oh, hilarious.
Yeah, hilarious.
Money Talks.
Martin Lawrence was
Remember that?
Money
Yeah.
Talks.
I remember Money Talks.
Chris Tucker.
Blue Streak's not really a black movie though.
It's not?
It's Martin Lawrence, but it
Martin
was
Lawrence.
the whole
Yeah,
the
the
what was
white
funny
person.
about it was he was around all white people and it was
Yeah.
making him uncomfortable because they were cops.
Oh, it's a black movie. Come on. What are we arguing here?
Maybe I guess so.
Harlem
about-
Nights.
How about Mo Money?
I don't think I saw that.
Damon, the Wayans brothers.
No, I don't think I saw that.
It's pretty funny.
I have to check that out. Harlem Nights. Anybody? Harlem Nights?
Oh, I got to bring up CB4. I brought it up last time.
Y'all go. Stop ignoring me.
Great. Harlem Nights. Yeah.
Formula 51.
I
Huh?
like Formula 51.
That was great.
I don't think I saw that
Meatloaf?
one either.
Hmm?
Samuel Jackson.
I like anything Samuel Jackson is in. Anything. Even snakes on a plane. I'll take it.
I'll just watch an interview of his, and it's hilarious.
It is hilarious.
He's great.
All right, man. I think we killed this black movie thing.
Yeah. Shout us.
Yeah, we're
Shot
going on
us.
3 hours now. We got it. Shot us, blood clot.
Great movie.
I don't even know if we could put that in the black category. That might just be a great movie overall.
No, that's ours.
Yeah, Jamaican movie.
That don't belong to black
That is the best Jamaican movie.
OJ Simpson.
Nah.
Really
I'll put Dance Hall Queen up against
You're a
Shotters.
faggot.
Shut the fuck up.
That's a great movie.
You're a faggot.
Against Shotters?
I'm telling you.
All right, it's time to go now. You just said some faggot
Now,
ass
now you just talking to talk.
Oh fuck! It was
Yo,
about a
OJ.
bitch, but it wasn't a bitch movie.
OJ Pootie Tang was all right, but never say that shit again.
Pootie Tang?
Pootie Tang sucked.
Undercover Brother.
Tippy Tay.
That was Louis C.K. who wrote that.
Undercover Brother?
Undercover. Yeah.
But even Louis C.K. said that Pootie Tang didn't come out how he wanted it to because they took it over from him.
As we
like
should.
in the middle of it. I think he was like kind of a nobody at that point, no?
Basically.
Yeah. Could be wrong.
You know, let Wanda Sykes do it.
No, Chris Rock was involved in that, no?
Possibly.
Maybe
Yeah,
I'm wrong.
Pootie Tang was Chris Rock.
No, Louis C.K. wrote it. I know that. All right.
All right. Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, Milkman knows more money.
I will never not laugh at.
What about Black Man?
sandwiches.
More money, more money.
Black Man?
Black Man?
Yeah, Black Man.
Oh, Blake Man.
Yeah, Black Man. Yeah, that's it.
Blake Man?
What the shit?
I don't even know what that is.
Damian Wayans.
David Wayans, where he played the superhero. You never saw that?
No.
You see the movie where Adam Sandler was a superhero? What was that movie?
Bro, you've seen Blake Man, bro. Come on. He had
Blank
the rubber.
Man?
He had the rubber dishwashing gloves as part of his costume. You've never seen that?
Wasn't that a character on what was it? In Living Color?
I don't know. It's possible.
Blank
I just remember
Man?
the movie. Blank Man.
No,
yeah.
he wasn't a character on The Living Color. It was a movie.
Yeah, I've seen this before, but I don't know what
Steel.
It was retarded. It's like Repairman. Man,
Y'all
man,
never
man.
seen Steel?
Repairman, man.
Oh shit! Cold classic black movie. Kazam.
Kazam.
That's not a black movie.
It's a black movie, bro.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Shaq
It's
is
about-
the genie.
It's about the kid.
Yes, but he was a
Who
servant.
cares about the kid? It's
He
about
was a
Shaq.
servant to a white kid
Yeah.
that was fighting
Actually, it's
Arabs.
kind of racist. I'm offended by that movie.
Yeah.
I'm a little offended by it.
Yeah, it hurts me here.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's not a black movie. He was
Why,
the only
that you
black
couldn't
person in
have a
that
genie?
movie. Huh?
Wait, what is that?
It offends him because he couldn't have a genie.
Exactly.
I want a 7-foot black man to order around shit. It's not fair.
I want Shaq to order around.
And by the way, the worst wishes ever
Yeah,
in that
absolutely.
entire movie. He wasted all of them.
Milkman,
Nope.
Tales from the Hood, cult classic, baby.
Tales from the Hood.
You remember Tales from the Hood?
I can't picture it right now.
Yo,
I've heard it before.
The craziest scene in there is when the pictures of the old slaves come alive and torture that white man to death in his mansion.
Mm.
I don't know
After he
about y'all guys.
stole
I
the
like to
picture.
get out.
I gotta admit, I still haven't seen it.
Get Out was cool. Liked it strong word, but it was cool.
It's not like a favorite. I liked it. I didn't go for watching it like for everybody else's eyes watching it. Just for a movie, I liked it.
Fair enough. Oh, that was Steel? Yeah, Steel was great.
Yeah.
Steel was great. Oh man, yo, Shaq at the time, he was in everything for no reason.
Yeah, Shaq was,
Yeah, he was a superstar.
That's why I get his ass, because he was like, you need to stop making these bullshit movies and get on the court.
All right, let's start wrapping up.
Yeah, let's wrap, man.
Almost 12 o'clock here.
Thanks for being here, guys. We appreciate you.
Yeah, let's shout out the everybody in the chat. OJ Sim,
Milkman.
Milkman.
Random bot from Germany. Shout out to you.
I appreciate you guys though. Milkman and OJ Sim, thanks for hanging out with us. There's a couple other people that were in and out. I don't know if they are bots, but yeah, if you're listening, we appreciate you.
Meatloaf is dead
Oh yeah.
He died today.
Died today.
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, that was when I sent the text message.
And Louis Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Louis Anderson. Yeah, I really thought he already died in like.
Or did they just
2012.
mistake those two white guys for this.
I might have done that. Hold on, I'm about to check.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was the most.
Meatloaf was a different white guy, but he died today.
Huh?
And with Louis Anderson, that was the most depressing season of Family Feud I've ever seen. He was horrendous.
Am I tripping or didn't he have a cartoon show?
Yeah, Life of Louis, I think.
Yeah.
And
It was
that
like
dude
almost
is
like
breathing
Bobby
so
Brown.
heavily, or was.
Yeah, that show was short-lived, like him. All right, let's wrap it up.
Oh wow! All right, guys. Count your blessings.
I know, right?
Well, I mean, what did you say? Did I miss something?
Yeah, he was like the cartoon was short-lived, just like him.
Oh. Well, he lived longer than I thought, being fucking 400 pounds for his entire life.
54. That's about a average for an overweight dude.
I thought it was 56.
Could be 56.
Hey man, I'm just glad he made it in Coming to America too.
You know what?
I'm doing the fries, but after a year of hard work, I could be manager. That's where the big bucks come.
I got to agree with Milkman though. I don't think Life with Louis was that bad. I thought it was actually kind of funny.
It was like Bobby's
his
World.
Voice,
yeah, it was like
but his voice on a little kid's as a little kid
looked just like him.
And yeah, that's what was funny. And he didn't change his voice really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny.
All right, let's get
So
out of here, guys.
rest in peace to him.
And Meatloaf.
Yeah, and Meatloaf.
Or whatever other white person that's going to die in this week for the 3.
Jesus. Yeah, they're dropping off. They're dropping like flies.
Yeah, now who got to count their blessings?
Did this one happened in 5s or something? We had Bob Saget, Betty White, Louis Anderson.
We got to come out with the list before it's too late, man.
I think God is taking care of it for us.
As he should.
Yeah.
I said we all agree with the Queen.
Queen, definitely.
Queen.
All right, Queen it is.
Definitely out of here. That's our big pick.
Come on, Chow.
Big pick, Queen.
My pick for who's gonna die?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, you agree with the Queen?
Sure, Queen.
All right.
He doesn't want to. You're a poor sport.
Were you gonna name names?
He doesn't want that on his conscience. It's okay. I get it. I struggled with the idea the first year too, but then after a year or two with these guys, I don't care.
You don't care?
Yeah. It's like a Vietnam War vet. You get that 40-yard stare after a while. You'll get there.
I see some things, man.
All right. Follow us: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Rumble,
YouTube.
Odyssey. Yeah. Well, we still need the
Getter.
numbers.
We forgot Getter.
Getter. Well, I'm on Getter. I'm not. I don't have the Misfit Nation page yet, but
That sounds like a gay site.
You'd be surprised.
No, it would be Get her. All right, follow us on all those social media sites at the Misfit Nation. Podbean, misfitnation.podbean.com. Leave us a voicemail 929-464-7348. What else? iTunes. No, not iTunes. Apple Podcasts. Google doesn't exist anymore. And I think that's it. Shop misfitnation.com. Right here, baby. Go ahead and pick up yourself some merch. New merch coming soon, as I always say, but I'm serious.
He means it this time, guys.
Oh, I mean it. I fucking mean it. Go ahead. Plug.
All right, follow me on Twitch. Y'all know the deal. Skrillkill, SKRILLKIIL, streaming at Apex Legends. Extinction dropped today. That's the new Rainbow Six. So I'm gonna be streaming that tomorrow. It looks really good. So make sure you guys catch that. And yeah, that's it.
You can follow me on IG. I am Wunda. IAMWUNDA. If you need anything customized, you can go check out my shop at tradescustoms.com. Or you can follow me on YouTube at Wonderland, but fuck YouTube.
All right. You can follow me at General Chow on Getter, Twitter. Go to my channel, General Chow. And that's it.
Nice.
And if you need a slimy lawyer that gets shit's wrong, he's your man.
Better call Chow. All
right.
Better call Chow.
Follow me, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter, and Getter at Crishaun the Don on all those social media platforms. And that is it. Fuck 800-pound gorilla. It sucks dick.
Yeah, it's
Not
terrible. Really don't watch that.
Horrible.
Don't listen to that.
Horrible album.
Especially don't go stream the song featuring Jay Blaze, the Stereotypes. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Especially, yes. Horrible
Terrible.
song. All right. We'll get out of here. Thank you. We'll be back on our main channel next week, but we'll be doing some stuff throughout the week on this channel for anybody that's
So
listening.
stay tuned.
Yeah. All right. Fuck off.
Peace.
Bye.